Right.
It's
And
coming
then we
on.
are live. Um, what's going on, folk? It is your boy Big Cav on the mic, and I am sitting here with my beautiful, highly intelligent cousin,
I
Ashley.
like you today,
Ashley,
huh?
go ahead and introduce yourself, baby. Go ahead and let the world know who you is.
And you said Ashley, and my name say Danielle on the screen, but it's all right. That's what you call me.
That's what I call you. That's what the family
That's what
calls
you
us. So that's
call
what it
me.
is.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but go ahead and
So
introduce yourself real
what's
quick.
going on? So as you just heard, it's Ashley Danielle. The family calls me Ashley. I go by Danielle for the public, but you call me whatever you want to call me. You might like me, you might not. It's gonna be okay. So, I ain't everybody cup of tea, and I'm okay with it.
All right. Go ahead and go to that messenger real quick and
I see it. I
share that with
see
whoever you got to share it with. But yeah, so we got on a topic the other day where we were talking while I was at work and you was at work, and we just got to talking about black hair. You know what I'm saying, and black women's hair in particular. We had talked about Michelle Obama. Stating that black women straighten their hair to make white people more comfortable. And of course, your cousin is so ignorant to this fact because I'm a black man and I ain't got no hair. So you know what I'm saying? But I do have a beard, but I never got any judgment from the beard. Of course, I ain't never worked in corporate America either. So or either had the
it.
American eye on as Michelle Obama had. So you taught me some things, on that conversation. So what we're gonna do before we start the conversation, we're gonna let the people see what Michelle Obama said, and we're gonna break it down from that. All right, just a
Okay.
second here. Let me go ahead and get this broken down real quick because, like I said, it was just a big conversation, and it's been a popular conversation as well amongst people. So that's the reason why I really
Yes.
wanted to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go to the clip real quick. Just a second. Here we go.
About it. Let me explain something to white people. Our hair comes out of our head naturally in a curly pattern. So when we're straightening it to follow your beauty standards, we are trapped by the straightness. That's why so
Trapped.
many of us can't swim and away from the water. People won't go to the gym because we're trying to keep our hair straight for y'all. It is exhausting and it's so expensive and it takes up so much time. Braids are for y'all so we can work harder and focus on the work. So why do we need an act, an act of law to tell white folks to get out of our hair?
Mm, mm.
Don't tell me how to wear my hair. Don't wonder about it.
Don't wonder about it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Just don't.
Shit. I've heard so many black women express that these people want to touch y'all's hair. And so I
Touch
was
it.
like, they want to touch your hair? I was like, what kind of crazy
Mhm.
shit is that? That don't even make no damn sense to want to actually touch somebody's hair. So
Mhm.
break it down in what she's saying, because to me, I didn't get it. I said, that just don't make any sense. In the year 2025, I can't believe that black women have to present their hair in a certain way to be accepted in corporate America or government for that matter. Go ahead and break it down and tell me exactly what you feel about this.
Well, so we will say, I'm a victim of it, right?
Okay.
Um, you know me all our life. Literally, literally a few months older than you.
Mm-hmm.
So went from what, I always had, well, I was bald headed first, y'all. I was born bald headed, looked just like him. Okay. Then one day, had some hair. It was just too much hair for the people to handle. So my first experience with hair, I would never forget it. Had some long hair. I got pictures. I'll show them to y'all. Hair came to the middle of my back. My family decided that they wanted to relax the hair because what? We was born in the 80s. So you conform to we had to do what was shown on television. And that's what I said in my cousin's comments on the post that he made. Straight was right. You had to
Mm-hmm.
have that straight hair. So for me, they bought one box of relaxer and it wasn't enough. So I had to sit with the relaxer in my hair when they went across the street
Mm-hmm.
to get another relaxer at the age of 5. So I had 2 boxes of relaxer in my hair. Anyone knows, but we don't call it relax. We call it perm or press, whatever they call it.
Mhm.
Put my head up. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So, but that was that. Made it past there. Went through life. Came up to where an adult was jealous of my hair. Still a child, and she overprocessed my hair. Supposed to be my mom's friend. She wasn't a friend. Overprocessed my hair because she was jealous of the hair. Okay? So then I had to get a bob, and then when I had to get a bob, they called me too grown. Well, y'all messed my hair up, so I had to get it cut. And the lady couldn't cut it and try to keep some length, so I got a bob. I don't know what age I was walking around with a bob, but that wasn't right. Right. So then I get a little older, and still got relaxers, but I didn't really need it. And my cousin started to do my hair, so it was one of those things where we did a relaxer maybe every 8 months. Right. But I would straighten my hair, but it wasn't even beneficial because my hair always went back to this curly state. So finally one time I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave my hair as it is, because no matter how many times I relaxed it, it's still, they called me Curly Sue. It just still curled up. But I can tell you that there was a time when I worked for a company, a major retail company. We ain't gonna say their name because I don't want to put them on blast. Little place we go to that got groceries and clothing, and you could figure it out from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Used to be 24 hours until COVID.
Yeah.
And I was a customer service manager, and they had a problem with my hair. I couldn't wear my hair nothing but what they wanted. And I'm like, so I wanted to go to the assistant manager program, but one of the strikes that they gave me was that my hair wasn't professional. About who stands, about who stands. And at this moment, I'm in college, and I'm North State. I'm Spartan.
Go Spartans, baby. Go Vic.
Go Spartans. Okay, go Vic. So for me, I'm like, about whose standard? Because now at this moment, baby, I'm in a world where everybody look like me. So I finally found where I felt like I belonged. So by whose standard that my hair isn't professional? So I ended up getting another job, whatever. But I can honestly tell you that even now at this big age, right, when I'm going, because I'm trying to enter into another industry. I'm gonna kind of keep that on the low because it's one of the things that I'm trying to do, and I don't want to talk about it till I get there. But once I get there, I'll come back and tell y'all about it. But I find that even my hair like this is a little bit shunned upon, right? So now it's kind of like, do I conform because I want to be in this industry and pull my hair back into a ponytail and put a little bit of extra hair up there to make it look like what they want? Or do I continue to stand true to me? I got a job. So at this moment, I'm going to continue to stand true to me. I want that. I want to go into that industry. But if they can't accept me for me, who I am, then that might not be where God says I need to be. And I was saying to my cousin that, when you look at these commercials, which y'all probably don't pay attention to, but a person such as myself that been in corporate America, that has, come across it all. I look at the commercials. So I'm gonna plant this little seed. When y'all looking at the advertisements, like I told my cousin, go to YouTube, whatever advertisement you see. When you see a female with this curly hair of this nature, right? Look at the companion that she has, or the lack of companion that she might have. Because oftentimes we're displayed either by ourselves or with someone that's not of the same culture that we're from. So they'll give you someone that's black with the curly hair, the afro hair, but the mate may be white man, Asian person, or you might see her with her kids and nothing else.
I got you.
So I just say, I love Michelle talking about it. In that same interview, my cousin didn't share that part, but we talked about it. She said, her and Tracy talked about, say it like we know them, right? Tracy, first name basis. Her and Tracy talked about how when she cut veins into her hair, and it was a whole thing, talking about how she had her arms out and they wanted to ship her on out the office because she was unprofessional.
Right.
But the prior first ladies prior to her wore the same look. She just might have did it a little bit better, a little bit more sass to it. but it wasn't a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that as an African American female, what I was saying to you on the post is that we have to think 1,000 times harder. And she says that in that interview. She says she worked, her stylist is a young white lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says in the interview, when her and her daughters go somewhere in the public, they have to work with that stylist. Now, if they're doing something just informal, then they can do their own thing. Because we're always broken down by, like I said to you, if your pants too tight, you're showing too much hips. If you talk in your normal tone, you're too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Even me right here doing my hands like this, that's too much. I'm aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just one of those things that you never really realize that it was going to be a thing until it's a thing. And corporate America will have you sitting in that situation. For me, as y'all see today, I wore my little shirt with my girl up here just for this. I bought this shirt when I saw it, I was like, I have to. Every picture in my house represents me in somehow, some way of this nature. Because I'm just like, this is who I am.
Now, I did see Erica Bostic, which is a dear friend of mine, sister girl of mine, she did say, I wish the fuck I would. And then also she said they're going to be intimidated regardless. You know what I'm saying? Of what else, whatever you do.
Love it, please,
so
and next.
Go ahead. Right, please and next.
I love it. You're right. They are. And that's the thing, right? So I can definitely say that's the thing about it, the intimidation factor, right? Because as we all know, as it has come out in the research here recently, I don't know, your camera went out, but I think you're still here. As it said, okay, so as it said in the research recently, we all know African American females are the most educated females. We most educated for a few reasons, right? One, as we just stated, because we're always broken down. Like anything we do, they're going to try to pick it down for filth, right?
Right.
So one of the things that we try to make sure that isn't happening is you're not going to pick us down for filth when it comes to our education, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that part there, because you can't talk to me about that. Find something else to talk about. So then the next something else is our physical appearance, right?
Right.
And, of course, it's going to start with our hair. And like I said, I feel like Michelle is right. Even myself, I didn't learn how to swim for a long time. I learned how to swim, 2018, just before I went to Dominican. And one of the things was I didn't want my hair to get messed up, but by this time I'm like, listen, I'm natural. I'm going to jump in this because it don't matter with a relaxer or not. When I get in the water, the hair is going to curl up. It doesn't matter, right? So what I'm saving it for, let me just go ahead and jump on in this water and learn how to swim. And it was the best. It was so freeing to learn how to swim at the age of what? So 2018, I think I was 38. So a little bit after my 38th birthday. It was one of the best things that I could have did.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely having some daggone technical difficulties over here. First time for everything, right?
First time for everything. Yeah.
First time for everything. So we try to stuff straight over here. But anyway, so when I talk to people about this, because I've talked to quite a few individuals, quite a few females, about this whole thing. Some of them say that they've been through this. Some of them say that they have not been through this. Erica, I hope I can tell a little bit about her business. She's in the medical field. So I'm thinking that, her being in the medical field is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, you would say it would be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, what I will say is that, and Erica can speak to it because she's in the medical field. I'm in the healthcare industry, but I work from home, right? So for me, because I do work from home, I don't interact with the people, right?
Right.
But there's this one doctor on Instagram. She's on TikTok. I love her. When I tell you I love her, her. Young girl. She is definitely she's an OBGYN. So with all the stuff that's been happening with the hospitals and the Black moms getting rejected, she has been speaking out about that as well. But one thing I can tell you about her is that she is 1000% herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about her and her blackness. And that's why she says she entered into that industry, because she wants to service people that look like her, and help prevent all of the disparities that comes with the healthcare industry, the medical industry, that comes along with being a black female.
Mm-hmm.
Because like with the two ladies that we've seen recently, I'm not sure how if you saw them, but recently it's been two moms that
Mm-hmm.
was rejected or sent home, or et cetera, mistreated while they was getting ready to go, while they were in active labor.
Mm-hmm.
But the honesty is, oftentimes an African American female is less likely to receive the proper medical treatment compared to someone else in the same situation, based on their race. We're
Yeah, I did. I
literally,
did see some crazy stuff on the news about a woman being wheeled out of a hospital because they said the centimeters in her
she was on
what
3 centimeters, and the baby came 8 minutes after that in the car.
in a car. So they
Mhm,
kicked out a black woman because they
mhm.
said that she wasn't right on her centimeters. I don't know what centimeters they talking about. I ain't no medical professional or anything. Like what
Well,
centimeters
you
is they
supposed
talking
to,
about?
well, you have a baby, so your wife went to 10 centimeters. I don't know unless she had a C-section, but
No, she had
either
natural birth.
way,
Yeah. Mhm.
okay. So then she went to 10 centimeters. So if she was at 3 centimeters, but this wasn't this mom's first baby, so it's always a different thing, right? So
Mhm.
oftentimes with the second baby, the baby comes a lot fast. So just because I'm at 3 centimeters, and don't mean that I ain't achieved where you wanted me to achieve within that 1 hour. This is my
Okay.
second birth or third birth or whatever it is.
Okay.
This thing gonna move a lot faster probably than the first one. Now the first one you might be a little bit long,
Mhm.
maybe, maybe
Mhm.
not, right? Just you can't predict that. Nobody has
Okay.
really control over that.
But the fact that they wheeled her out, man, they showed the video of her
Yeah,
being
build it
wheeled
right
out
on
of a
out.
damn hospital, and I was sitting here like, they can do that. I didn't even
Oh
know
yeah,
that was something that they could do. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
was
So
dumbfounded.
she actually did an interview. I guess you might not have seen it. I'll send it to you. She did a post interview, and the nurse. It seems like for me, because we wasn't there, right? But it seems like for me, the nurse never actually went to the doctor. Like she just was like, "Oh, you haven't moved in an hour. You're still at 3 centimeters, so we're gonna send you home." Now I can tell you, I experienced that with Sanaa. My first time going to the hospital was 4th of July, and
Hmm.
I was on 2 centimeters. Okay, I ain't going nowhere. 2 centimeters. All right, cool. When I made it to the doctor, my doctor checked me. Boom. She was like, "Well, you'll be having this baby today." And she was right. That was a Thursday. I walked in on a Thursday. She was born
Hmm.
on an early Friday morning.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right.
yeah.
So we're gonna go
So
back. We didn't got off subject already. So
we
that's
did.
how
Let's
we.
get back
You
to the
know what I'm saying?
hair.
Let's get back to that. So when it comes to hair, what you hear from a lot of brothers, is they
Okay.
say that black women wear their hair straight because they don't love themselves and they don't love their hair texture. Is there any truth to that?
I'm gonna tell you, that's a loaded question. So for the loaded answer, no, we love
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, right? But again, oftentimes to get ahead to where we have to go, oftentimes you gotta sometimes now I can tell you in the movement now with us, it is what it is. But back then, yeah, you had to straighten your hair if you felt like you wanted to. And like I said in your post that I put on, your comment that I put up, my comment I put up in your post, we still got universities, I ain't gonna say their names. We still got universities right here, right now, that say certain hairstyles are unprofessional, right? So they're teaching us that in our HBCU universities, because this university is an HBCU, right? So in our HBCU universities, where it's being said that this hair that comes out of our head is unprofessional in some professions, right? Which is why we need so many people that look like us to be in the top of those professions or at the hiring tables doing the hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that we can embrace people that look like us and not shin us aside. No, we love ourselves, but at the same time, we still got to pay our bills, right? We
Right.
still got
Right.
to live. So if we're gonna get this job, or this career, if they're telling, like I said, that industry, you know, I shared it with you, know what I'm talking about. I want it so bad to where I'm asking myself every night, when I get this next interview, am I going to pull this hair back and, you know what I'm saying, and gel it down so that they can't really see what it is, and, you know, et cetera, to look more what they may want, right?
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna interrupt you a little bit on here because I want to present this clip from what's the daggone girl's name? I think this is daggone it. What is her name?
Show me the clip. Let me see it.
Yeah. You'll see when you see the white girl, you'll know who it is. Megyn Kelly. That's who it is. Megyn Kelly.
Oh,
Obama writing a new book on her special fashion, and sat down with People magazine and said the following in Spot 26.
Here as women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head, it's beautiful. But if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money.
Okay. So what she's saying is she's bitter because society's standard, her view, don't allow Black women to just walk around with their natural hair. That is bullshit. Black women can walk around with whatever hair they want. Only in Michelle Obama's warped mind do white people not like them unless their hair looks like white hair. And here's the other thing. The nerve of this woman to pretend that Black women are the only women who have to spend a bunch of time getting their natural hair to, quote, conform to these alleged society standards. Because virtually every woman I know, every woman spends a shit ton of time on her hair and wants it to look better than God made it. It's not a Black thing. It's a human thing, and it's especially a woman thing. But she's always reducing everything to race. Here's Michelle Obama.
Okay. So we just presented that right there, right? Response.
so I was actually looking up because I'm about to bring up my other screen, and I was actually looking up. I saw that. That's funny. I saw that, but I didn't get a chance to actually. I saved it. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, so that was my first time hearing it. Not really big fan of
Megyn Kelly.
You know, okay.
Right. I got you. Between her and Ann Coulter, you know what I'm saying? Both of them kind of assholes when it comes to that. But yeah, I got you.
So this is the thing, right? I'm trying to find, this is in 2025. But so she makes that statement, right? But there's always receipts, right? So let's go back to when Michelle was in office, and there was the big controversy about her having bangs in her hair.
I remember that.
Bangs.
I remember the controversy when Obama wore a tan suit. I remember that.
When he wore a motherfucking tan suit.
A motherfucking tan suit.
His tan suit looked just like Ronald Reagan's tan suit.
Just like Ronald Reagan's suit, but he called
just like Ronald Reagan's tan suit. Just like Ronald Reagan's tan suit, right?
Right. Now I'm not saying that all white people have a warped mind like that, but the thing is, sometimes I do feel like white people kind of like live in their own little world, like their own like little utopia with nothing, where nothing exists outside of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're not racist. No, we don't. Okay, so if you're not racist, why did Pennsylvania just pass a Crown Act today? You know what I'm saying? If you're not racist, why did California pass a Crown Act? What is that? 2019, I believe.
What's the Crown Act?
So the Crown Act is an act that basically what it does is it basically protects you from being discriminated on, or it's a law that prohibits the discrimination based on an individual's texture or hairstyle. That's what a Crown Act is.
So let me ask you this right here, though, right? Is it really valid, being that their president has taken away all DEIs? Because hair.
All right, you're going on a whole nother damn you're going down a whole nother rabbit hole there. I do, yeah. And yeah, I mean, you got to look at stuff like that. You definitely got to look at stuff like this. So when I see, like I said, when different states pass a Crown Act, that tells me, like I said, this is the second state that's done it. That tells me that there's some type of statistical evidence. I'm pretty sure we can get on Google Gemini and have AI actually verify that for us, you know, and I might actually do that before the show is over with. But like I said, I mean, you can see that there's a problem here. There's definitely a problem here. And what we're trying to find out is why white people are intimidated by black women's hair. But according to, you know, Megyn Kelly, they're not. But obviously we know there's a problem.
It is a problem. That's why it's a conversation, right? That's why Michelle is able. That's why the bangs. And so I finally found something on YouTube here. It says Michelle Obama Bangs says her hair is
Share your
her
screen.
midlife crisis.
Share your
I didn't
screen.
even click on it yet. Hold on.
All right.
It was 12 years ago. Was that about 12 years ago? Was that 12 years ago when?
All right, my boy Jason Wright said hair don't make a person. Now, Jason, you are correct. And Jason is a good brother. You know what I'm saying? He's white, but he's got the right mindset. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of people out there. I think there's a lot of white people out there that actually believe that way. A lot of white people that think that way, that hair don't make the person. But unfortunately, Jason, there is a percentage of white people who are unfortunately in I guess the position to where they hire black people and hire black women, hire black men, and they look at people with natural hair, like my cousins here, and you look at how beautiful it is. Beautiful to me, it's beautiful to everyone in the black culture, but however, it's intimidating or it looks different to the white people, and they're like, okay, well, maybe she's trying to be a renegade or rebellious against white culture. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a something that's just subconsciously in these people that have not evolved, but like I said, I do know white people that really don't look at the hair. You know what I'm saying? My boy Kenneth Johnson said, believe Texas was in the mix with the version of the Crown Act as well. I believe I did read that, Kenneth. I believe I did read that. So you're talking about, at this point, like I said, we know 2 states have the Crown Act, so that would have been the third right there. So if you have this in existence, obviously it is a problem.
It's an issue.
It's the issue. It's definitely an issue. And like you said, the companies that you worked for, they've had a problem with your hair. And I don't understand. Shouldn't it be performance? You know, because there's a certain thing called metrics that we have to go by. Are you performing well? And if you're performing well,
is your president performing well?
Is our president performing well? I think he's got a 40. What? I didn't vote for Trump. Y'all need to stop it. But anyway,
I never said you did.
I ain't vote for that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to put that on me. But anyway, like I said, so my president or our president, is he performing well? No. I think he's got about like a 43% approval rating, something like that, right? So, you know, they're not rating. Terrible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, your performance and your metrics should be what the determining factor is if you're a great employee or if you're not. You know what I'm saying? Or let's put it into Republican conservative words. Merit should be what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Merit is what it should be all about. So if we're talking about merit, what the fuck does that have to do with hair? Is the question.
So let me, because you asked the question, and let me so it's 25 states. 25 states of the 50 have passed some version of the Crown Act. Let's see, your state has it. Which state I was born in? My state has it. I was surprised. Let me see what Nebraska surprises me. They're up here.
That's Oregon, surprising. Yeah. Hell yeah, that's definitely surprising. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's definitely surprising.
Oregon is up here. That's surprising. Washington, the state of Washington, surprising.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Washington is anything over there in Washington or on the West Coast is going to be extremely liberal. So I do notice
about Alaska because they up there.
Okay, Alaska. I don't know about Alaska. I really don't even know their political allegiance in Alaska. But you know, like I said, we can obviously see that it's a huge problem and it's unfortunate. So the thing that pisses me off about that whole thing is, being that we're in the year 2025, you have Black women, but not just Black women. I was talking to my a dear friend of mine, Titi Jallo, and she is around young Black girls every day. She is a coach for the William Fleming Colonels, and she's around young Black girls every day. And she said that the young Black girls in 2025 felt the same damn way you guys felt who were born in 1980. And these kids were born, of course, in 2000s, you know what I'm saying, or a little later than 2000. So even after us having all of this information at our fingertips, all this information, our young Black girls today still have an inferiority complex about their hair. That's crazy. And
because you got to think about who raised them.
They mamas.
Who raised them? Exactly. So for a prime example, right? I'm glad you said that. And I'm gonna tell you, I always say, like, with my little cousin, niece is what I call her.
Mm-hmm.
I love how y'all make sure her hair is what it is, right? But think about it, right? Their parents raised them, and their parents are us. And we came up through the time where straight was right? So we have these complex. And I ain't even gonna front, I got a 21-year-old, and sometimes I have to say to her, girl. But then I think about it, right? And I'm like, you know what? I did that. I done had the pink, I done had the blue, I done had the this, I done had the that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes now I might say it to her, like, that's what you wanted to do, you know, on a low. But I'm still support it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that is why, because we put that into them, just like our parents put it into us, right? So for me, I try to self-consciously keep myself from planting that seed into her, right? I'm going to go ahead and stop here with me so that going forward, she doesn't carry it over. So when she do whatever she want to do with that hair, do it. Just don't mess up your natural hair, girl. Get you a weed. That's how I feel like I tell her all the time, you know, do whatever you want to do, but that natural hair, don't mess it up. If you feel like you got to do whatever weave you want to do with it, that's fine. But your natural hair, keep that. Now I did the relaxer. You know, I did a texturizer. I didn't really do a relaxer. I did a texturizer for her. Same thing, it was still a chemical. But it was at a certain age. I think she was in the 3rd grade. I was like, you know, we're not doing this. And we started to transition it back out. And I personally, me and myself and my cousin, one of my friends, kept her hair braided and kept it covered up until it got to. And now she's 21. Her hair curlier than mine. She doesn't really like it per se. So, you know, she does whatever she wants to do with it. But she still has that understanding that she can walk outside with her hair however it is and still be who she is and be accepted wherever she wants going to be. And wherever she wants to go.
Okay.
I did bring up this. Now I don't know exactly what they're gonna say, but you want me to play this? When they was talking about Michelle Obama, it says Michelle Obama, her midlife crisis fashion choice of the first lady draws praise, is what it says.
All right, go ahead and hit the present on there and share screen. And I'll bring it up.
All right, let me see. So we are going to share my YouTube. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And share that tab. All right, we got it.
Right. Can you see it?
Yep, go ahead and play it.
She has now revealed for the first time the reason behind her new look, and ABC's Paula Ferris is here with the story. Hi, Paula.
Yeah, we care about hair here, Lara. Many people loving the First Lady's locks, and Michelle Obama now revealing the reason behind those bangs, a midlife crisis, and jokes that if she truly had her way, she may have done something more extreme. The Big Bang Theory was the talk of the inauguration. Even President Obama couldn't resist a loving shout out.
To address the most significant event of this weekend, I love her bangs. She looks good.
And now, for the first time, Michelle Obama is opening up about why she chose the hairstyle heard round the world.
I love your new hairdo.
Jokingly telling Rachel Ray on this Wednesday's episode that those bangs weren't just a simple fashion choice.
This is my midlife crisis, the bangs. I couldn't get a sports car. They won't let me bungee jump. So instead, I cut my bangs.
So you went for the bangs. You're still in charge. You're the boss of your hair.
I can do this. This is all mine.
Mrs. Obama debuted the bangs on her 49th birthday, a few days before the inauguration, and she chose to reveal the new look in a new way on her Twitter account.
So what has this response been since you're on Twitter? Do you get, like the peanut gallery weighing in on everything now?
You know, I I get sort of regular feedback. Sometimes I get people who tease, who have questions. I mean, mostly we get a lot of questions, good questions. So it's always good to connect, and it's a good way to send important, encouraging messages. The bangs entered through my Twitter account. And I tell people that the bangs, I'm going to be 50 next year. Okay.
You look gorgeous. It's all the apples.
Now, that full interview can be seen Wednesday. So, of course, she's a trendsetter in fashion and dresses, but not trying to be the first lady of controversy, Lara. But I think she should really go for that sports car.
Why not? I'm with you. Thank you so much, Paula.
Okay.
Website you love.
So,
Okay, go ahead and stop it. All right, so with that being said, here's my thing, and I got to get deep on this right here, because I just got to get deep on it, because I'm talking to my sisters out there that's actually out there in the YouTube and Facebook world. Do Black women know how beautiful they are? That's the question that I have. Do you know how gorgeous you are? Are you sure?
we do.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Because
I'm
sometimes I feel like
And the reason, let me tell you why I say that we are positive, because everyone wants to look like us.
That's true. We know that, but that still don't mean that
everyone
that
wants to
you
look like
that
us.
still doesn't mean that you know that you are gorgeous, that you know that you are beautiful. That still does not mean
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
We do. So this is the thing. Knowing who we are and knowing that we are gorgeous, right? And thank you. Yes, we do, Ken. Knowing that we do, right?
Mhm.
And understanding that everyone wants to look like or be like the whole trend of the BBL and the this, that, and the third, right?
Mhm.
Okay. But at the same time, we still intimidate people, okay? Because you want to look like us, but you can't,
They
intimidate.
can't look like y'all. They can't look like y'all. That's the thing.
Right. But this is the thing. So because they can't look like us, bangs was a topic. It was a whole topic. You saw that? It was a whole topic because she put bangs in her hair was a controversy.
Mhm.
Why? Because you are in the world is intimidated by just that bare little minimum change. Now, when we looked at that, I don't even know if you got a chance. I can go back and pull it up. When Obama was like, "I love her bangs." Jill Biden, what her name? President Biden's wife
Jill
was standing
Biden.
right
Jill
behind.
Biden.
She
Yep.
had bangs in her hair at that moment.
Right.
It was kind of swooped over, but it was a
Right,
bang
right.
there, right?
Mhm.
So again, we're not talking about her bangs, but we're having a discussion on the Good Morning America and Rachel Ray about the first lady's bangs.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
No, they wasn't just
So-
having a conversation about the president, the first lady's bangs. They was also having a conversation about how thick she is when she turned around in that purple dress. When all of us brothers saw how that big old ass and then big old thighs and stuff like that, we said, "God damn, this girl not only has an Ivy League education, she's bad as hell." And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people got intimidated when they saw that big old ass and them big ass hips. That's what I think.
That's what you thought?
That's what I think.
Okay.
They had to find any reason to hate because it was like, God damn, she thick as hell. And they know all the white men that was sitting beside them. They was like, "You looking at her ass, ain't you?" That white man was like, "Yeah, I am looking at that ass, but I can't tell you."
Right.
White women, white men, they love black women's asses and cocoa butter. They like black women's asses and smell of cocoa butter. That's their kryptonite, but they ain't gonna let their white women know that.
Okay. That was funny.
I'm just saying. Go ahead, continue what you were saying, though.
I can probably say you're probably right, especially living out here. I've bumped into that. So yeah.
You'd have had some white men on you.
What? More
you had white men on you.
White. Not one black man has tried to talk to me here in Arizona, and I've been out here for 4 years. Yeah, just white. It's just white.
So you just getting white men to talk to you?
Yeah, and since I moved to Arizona, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. I mean, white men love black women. White men. I got a boy JJ, and he got a black woman, pretty black woman, and he loves his black woman. So I get it. I understand it. If we even go back to the days of the unfortunate events of slavery, there was always those moments where that white man would sneak out to the big house, go out there to the cabin, and fill
Well, I
on
look the way I look, huh?
there you go. You know, girl, you ain't light skinned because of massa. You light skinned because of mama and whoever she is. That's what that is.
The daddy is half. My daddy is half.
Okay, I got you. But like I said, so I think that's where all that stuff is coming, because when you look at let's say the biggest fashion moguls who are white, Kim Kardashian, and you look at the adjustments that she's making to her body, you look at the adjustments that she's making to her lips, full lips, you looking at the adjustments that she's making to her complexion. If you saw earlier pictures of Kim and all the girls back in the day, they was white as hell. They was light, like pale. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so at the end of I'm just being real. They was pale as hell. They was ugly. They wasn't pretty. So at the end of the day, they got these tans. They got these big ass lips. They got these big old fat ass implants on them and everything. And at that point, that's when everybody started looking at white people or this white girl as a sexy woman. Now, I never thought that a white woman had to go through all that to be attractive. Are they attractive white women? Of course, they are attractive white women.
Mm-hmm.
They are attractive white women. I personally think that Taylor Swift is an attractive white woman. Now, a lot of people think
you do.
Taylor Swift, I do. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I think Taylor Swift is an attractive white woman. Because everybody always want to go to Taylor Swift's ass cheeks. And Taylor Swift's ass cheeks, she ain't got no butt cheeks, but that's fine. Taylor Swift is the prototypical prototype of a white woman when it comes to phenotype. Am I using that word right? Because I ain't got nothing but a high school education.
Yes.
Phenotype. That's where you look, right? Okay. All right. So phenotype. Okay. There we go. There we go. So at the end of the day, I think she has the perfect phenotype for a white woman. What I mean by that is white people in general have been evolved through the centuries in the Caucasus Mountains. Really cold. So that long stringy hair that you see, that's to cover the neck so the brain don't freeze. Them real thin nostrils, that's so they don't take in so much air so the brain don't freeze. The white complexion, that's so they can take in as much sunlight as they can possibly take because it's cold outside. That's the phenotype. So she's the perfect phenotype for a white woman. That's what a white woman's supposed to look like. They ain't supposed to look like Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian don't look like no white girl. She ain't supposed to look like that. So to me, a person like Taylor Swift, oh, come on, Jason, man. See, Jason be front. Jason, you white man. You know Taylor Swift look good. Stop playing. This man said you're talking about Taylor Swift don't look good.
No, not Taylor. Yeah.
Taylor look good. That's why she got Kelsey. Because Taylor look really good.
Like her. Kelsey.
Oh my God, Kelsey. Her and Kelsey about to get married. How Kelsey don't like her, cuz? Her and Kelsey about to get married.
All his life, and
he ain't now. He ain't now. Yeah. He done found a prototypical phenotype white girl, and he done fell in love. But anyway, go ahead. You said you was meeting all them black men out there.
No, I never said that. You never.
I mean, not black men, white men out there. You was out there meeting all them white men out there.
Yes, thank you, team. But yeah, so yeah, no, I have
oh my God,
I have yet to meet any black men. It's just been all white.
You see this response? No,
what?
Too skinny, no tits. You see how the white man do his white woman.
Yeah. Okay, so based on what you just said, if you want to describe her in that manner right there, then I can say, okay, I can feel you. Okay, if that's how you breaking it down. Okay, I ain't going all into that detail with her. To me, when I look at her, I mean, I see that yes, she has a pretty face, etc. But for me, she's not. Let me tell you who I feel like is beautiful.
White girl.
White. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me know.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. Let me look her up.
Go ahead, know Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman.
Oh, that's because she got black woman lips. That's because she got black woman lips. Julia Roberts do got black woman lips. She got Negro lips. You ain't know that? Come on, girl. You know Julia Roberts got black woman lips, man.
No, I didn't think you considered that to be black women lips. No, she doesn't.
Julia Roberts got full lips.
Just like mine.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't you black? Ain't you black? You talking about you? She got lips like a hold on. I'm about to show it. I'm about to show it. Y'all tell me.
Pull her up.
Julius
I'm
Rabbit.
looking at it right now. Pull her up.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up because you fronting. This girl right here, Julia Roberts, got black woman lips. Look at these lips, y'all.
No, she
Y'all
don't.
telling me Julia Roberts. Hold on, let me get the daggone picture right. Y'all telling me Julia Roberts ain't got black woman lips. Them don't look like black woman lips, y'all. That don't look like no normal white woman lips. She got black woman lips. That's the reason why you say
So you feel like because I said she got because her lips is what make me feel like she's pretty. I just feel like her whole look is beautiful.
Okay, I got you. All right, but go ahead. What you were saying?
So yeah, no, I was just saying. So when you break it down like that, okay, I guess if that's how you feel about Taylor, that's cool.
Mhm.
All right. To me, no. I don't see it. And I'm glad, Jason. Thanks. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm not even looking at all of the features, right? Just to me in general, I just like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, she's not it. But I mean, she seems like to be a nice person. So maybe her personality will win you over.
Okay. You know who I think was a cute little white girl back in the day? It was just back in the day. I don't know how she looked now. But Julia Stiles. Julia Stiles from what's that? Save the Last Dance. Julia
Stiles? Because what did she have?
What she got?
What did she have?
Julia Stiles?
She had.
Julia Stiles. She got a little bit body. Julia Stiles, now, like I said, Julia Stiles ain't got the lips, but she did have a little bit of a body on that movie. She did have a little bit of a body. So yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day, like I said,
Jason, I like Jason. We can talk to him all the time. Agree with me. That is right. But no, Julia Stiles was pretty. Yeah, she is pretty. She's pretty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look. Even Kenneth Johnson said the same thing. Booty. You got that? She got that.
Oh yeah. She was bad. She definitely had. I don't know what she looks like now. Shape wise, but she did. I feel like she was probably one of the first white women that I can say, oh, she got a good butt.
Yeah, she got a nice little butt, and then she had some rhythm too. And that's the thing. But she had rhythm when she got up on that table, started dancing to Biggie. Then everybody, I was like, oh my God, this little white girl can fucking dance. This is crazy as hell. Like this, it was a different scene for us. We had never seen a white girl like that. So yeah, I see that. I definitely see that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
So now I was just gonna say, transitioning back to the original topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And back to the question that you asked us. Well, me in general, do we know how beautiful we are? Yes, we do. Right? Yes, we do. But again, at the same time, right? Even I just said it. So I allude to it, but I didn't speak to it in general. Like even out here, it don't matter how good I look, right? When I go somewhere, the black man is not gonna talk to me. He's gonna walk by past me and go to the other. Might be white, might be Hispanic, might be whatever, but it's gonna be the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus the white man is gonna break his neck to and I told you what happened to me when I went out Super Bowl Sunday. That Super Bowl was here in Arizona. The man was on top of me so bad the security guard had to tell him to stop touching me, touching my hair. I was like, hey, get about his hair. Don't touch my hair.
I'm touching my cousin, that white man.
Who he was, man. He was something. But and then the other one, he was like, can you come back? And I'm like, maybe. Maybe.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever been attracted to a white man? As far as have you ever seen a white man and just said, damn, he fine? You ain't never say that?
One of the superstars, it's a baseball one. I don't know his name, but he comes Chad. If I could just catch him when he was in the at the Diamondbacks arena boat, I might have jumped. But I've never, let me say, because I probably ain't looking. So let's say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that. But no, I have never personally been outside with a regular, average Joe white person, white male, and like, oh yeah, he's nice looking. And again, probably because I'm not looking. Okay. So not saying that they're not nice looking. It's just probably because, I'm just not, I ain't looking in their direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm not, it's the thing. Like we're having this conversation right here, right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my things is I'm always concerned that somebody, maybe not right there, but someone next door in the family gonna call me that N word, and I'm just gonna be in the 3 hots in the cot. So that's one of the reasons that keeps me from going that way, because I'm
getting
just
off the subject. Right. Getting off the subject of hair for a little while. Let me ask you this question. So I'm hearing not just from you, but from other Black women at this point that they are having a hard time finding Black men, to be honest with you. So I got to ask this question right here. Is it time for Black women to just say, the hell with it? Y'all out here dating white girls and Latinas and Arabs and everything else. Why ain't we out here,
I'm gonna tell you,
tasting the different colors of ice cream?
I'm gonna tell you, and that's so funny you say that, because it came across my TikTok one morning, like in the middle of the morning, I was up there. Somebody had just put the post up. It was like, stop wasting your time and date outside race, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, was this message for me? You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, I'm gonna say, you know what? I will say, and again, like you said, getting off topic, right? But I will say it's probably is time, because we hold this space for our culture man, right? And they ain't thinking about us. Real talk, they ain't thinking about us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the most recent person that I actually entertained, he was younger than me. And he was younger than me, which was a whole nother subject that we'll have to talk about another time, right? But it was one of those things like, do I really want to go there? Because he is younger than me. Excuse me, he ain't had no kids. I got 2 grown kids.
Kenneth Johnson said, huh? When you said that, he said, because he said we ain't paying attention to y'all. Black men ain't paying attention to y'all. He said, huh? You confused Kenneth right here. You confused my boy Kenneth.
Not you specifically, but yeah, no. But yes, I'm like, he 35, he don't have no kids, but I ain't having no kids. Like, I'm not starting over, right? He in one phase of life, I'm in another phase of life. Like, am I going to, you know what I'm saying? Seemed like he was a sweet person, trying to figure that one out. What you trying to figure out? What's that type of question?
Why you ain't trying to figure out why you saying Black men ain't on Black women right now? You know what I'm saying?
Single as a dollar bill and been single for a bunch of years.
I mean, that's just your experience, though. Maybe you come up
just
saying,
me.
No,
it ain't just me.
Look. I want you to do this. I want you to do this for me real quick. Do this for me real quick. How do you? What does your resting face look like when you just resting? Go ahead, resting face. Let me see you resting face.
That's the bad part. Like I really don't. I'm always smiling, so I don't really got a resting face. Sorry. And that's the.
You got because I try to break this down to sisters. Sometimes y'all got a resting face that y'all don't want to be fucked with. Y'all don't want to be bothered. Like nigga, I don't even want you talking to me.
I guess this would be my resting face right here. But again, I'm always smiling. Like I'm always the life of the whatever. So I really don't have a resting face, honestly. Now, if you confuse me, I might look at you crazy, but.
Right. He said right. He know I'm telling the truth. We know I'm telling you.
Even still, that's an excuse. That's a poor excuse, right?
That's not no.
Because let me say that is a poor excuse, because at the end of the day, right, when the dude is standing there with a crew saying absolutely nothing, doing absolutely nothing, right? If a female is feeling them, we're gonna walk up to them and say, what's up, regardless of what you look like, right? What your face look like. So if you really are interested or feel like you want to be, maybe just intrigued by the person, regardless of my face resting or not, right? If I'm just chilling, speak and then go from there. Like me and my friend, he was just saying today how somebody gave his phone number to a girl, and the girl called 2 times. He wasn't able to answer the phone because he was on the phone. So her message back was, I called you 2 times. It was aggressive. Okay, yeah, I get that, but you don't know until you actually speak.
Right.
So, and that's the thing. It's like, oh, you intimidate us. What you want me to say? Like, what you want me to write it across my forehead? Like, come speak to me.
Let me speak
Like,
on
what?
this. Let me speak on this. So what my boy Kenneth just said, love his brother dearly. I always been around him my whole life. Love his brother dearly. So I know he done been through the same things that I done been through, right? So when he says some of us are traumatized too, here's the thing that I think women don't experience that men do experience. So I ain't no Shamar Moore looking motherfucker, right? I ain't 6'1", 6'2".
We don't even like Shamar Moore.
Hush up. I'm explaining myself, girl. Don't be interrupting me. I'm explaining myself. So we ain't 6'2", 6'3", Shamar Moore looking motherfuckers, right? So we normally look at people. So people like myself who have been single for a while. I'm married now, so I ain't worried about it, but who've been single for a while, and we out here we out here on the prowl, and we trying to find us a woman. And we see that good looking woman over there in the corner. She just sitting there chilling with her glass of wine or whatever she's sitting with. She's like, God damn, that girl finding the motherfucker right there. She finding them frog ass. Boy, I tell you, I got to go over there and holler at this girl. Okay. We go over there, we get up the courage, go over there, and we holler. And we done put the game down like, surely I'm about to get this damn number. And that motherfucker just say, I'm good. It'd be like, nah, I'm good.
So
maybe they don't even say it in a nice way. Be like, baby, look, I appreciate you coming over here hollering at me, but nah, you really not my cup of tea. I mean, you're not bad looking, but you're not my cup of tea. But they was, nah, I'm good. I'd have had a chick that I'd have hollered at completely just turn her back on me and laugh. That's the trauma. That's the trauma he talking about. That's the trauma he talking about. So at the end of the day, we don't want that type of feeling. Because let me tell you something that happens when that happens, when you holler at a beautiful woman that you want and she just turn her back and laugh and say, I can't believe that nigga even. She go back to her girlfriend. She said, I can't believe that nigga even hollered at me. We can't even sleep for the night. Because at that point, you feeling something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with you. Look, even Jason Wright said, LOL, yes, on the face, some are outright scary. Right. It's intimidating to a man because we go through rejection. Women don't go through rejection.
We do go rejection. I just told you. I just gave you my rejection. You just diminished it and minimized it and said that I don't deal with rejection. I just said I could be outside and the black man could walk right by me. That is rejection.
That's not rejection.
It is.
He might just be mad at black women at the moment. That's not rejection. He might have just been through some things. It's not rejection. That's just a man that should say, you know what?
It's the same thing, boo. It's the same thing. It's indirect. Okay. Yours was just direct. That's indirect. It's the same thing.
Which one you think is worse? A girl telling you turning the back. Indirect is worse.
Indirect is worse because let me tell you why indirect is worse.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, they carting off the damn the coach. It just so happened to be on my TV.
Okay.
But the indirect is worse because they carting off the ref. I'm sorry. Indirect is worse, right? Because at the I'm a football here. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you left trying to figure out, right? What the hell? Where with you, she at least gave you something, right?
Right.
With us, it's just
she at least gave me something. She laughed at me in front of her friends and was like, I can't believe that nigga even hollered at me.
You might have needed to try again.
Man.
But I'm gonna tell you, I haven't done that. But what I will tell you is like on this online dating, right? Let me tell you this. And again, I know we got off topic, but just to ask you. It has been somebody that has tried to talk to me on the online dating thing before. And I'm like, out of all these pictures that I put up here, you thought you was eligible? You thought you was on the level?
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see, that's why men out here hurt. This is the reason why the red pill community exists. Because y'all women have done a job on us men.
No, it's y'all. It's y'all.
Yes, okay. I got you. See, Jason, look, Jason, being told you're too
Being
fat
told.
or not told tall enough. See, tall
We
enough.
get the same thing. I'm a
Ashley.
smooth 180. Hold on, don't call my name like I changed my name. I'm a smooth 180.
Go ahead.
And trust me, when people see me, they be like, I had someone that is a really good friend of mine, right? Say to me, and I guess because we cool, he can say it, right?
Mhm.
I don't like thick girls for real, but I think you sexy.
That's a compliment.
I'm like, no, he was like, no, I said thick. He didn't say thick. I'm trying to be nice for the community.
Oh, he said he don't like fat
He
girls.
said he don't like fat girls. Right. But I think
That's still a compliment though, because he said he don't like fat girls, but you sexy.
I really feel like I'm fat. Like I feel like
Mhm.
my stuff all well put together, you know, and yeah, my stomach need to be toned up a little bit. But baby, when I put these clothes on, boo, you can't even really see that stomach if it's done right. But
Hey, but look, I'm gonna take that same thing that you just said, and I'm gonna put it to a woman saying it to me. There was a girl that that I used to have a little bit of crush on back in the day named Javonda. She was a bad motherfucker. And I remember, you know,
why you
me
guys
and my
say her
bo-
name?
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have did that. But anyway, I'm drinking a little bit, so I'd be forgetting. But anyway, me and my boy Dyke, we used to go over her house all the time and chill and everything. Bad girl, you know what I'm saying? And I remember one night she said that to me. She's like, Kevin, you funny as hell. I like your personality. I really don't dig fat niggas like that, but I'm kind of attracted to you. And I felt good about that. See, you felt bad about that, but I felt good about that because I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. She said that because she was just saying I regularly fuck with niggas in shape, but you a fat nigga. But at the end of the day, I give you some play because you just got a dope ass personality. I think the reason why my wife is with me is because my personality. I can make her laugh. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
Yeah, making you laugh is a plus.
It is. It actually is, definitely.
Yeah,
Jason said, "No, women way more harsh. They are, Jason. She don't get it. She always
we not.
pretty her whole life, Jason. She don't know shit."
Thank you. And I'm telling you, I do. You asking me if I'm telling you from a woman's perspective. I'm single. I've been single for a whole bunch of years, boo.
You playing hard to get. That's
I don't think that's what it is, baby. I promise you, I don't think that's what it is. I promise you, I don't think that's what it is. I promise you, I don't think that's what it is.
What you think it is then? Because you look good. What you think it is? Why you think black men
I just told you. They, baby. Juice was telling her she was fine to tell without being supposed to. No. No, that's not. Listen. No, so the person that made that statement,
cold-blooded.
He's actually married. He just was making this statement, you know, just in general. Real good friend. So that's that. But I'm telling you, people don't even approach me. Like honestly, I can't even tell you, boo. I don't know.
Right. I got you. I mean, yeah. I do understand. Like I said, there was a woman that did a video a while back, and she was talking about these singles dating, speed dating things that they was going to. It was down in Charlotte. And she said that it was about 35 women showed up to the speed dating thing.
To talk about one man.
Two men to 32 women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So men just aren't engaged in dating anymore. It's like we don't want to chase anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like women.
They want to be chased. They want to be chased.
We want to be chased.
They want to be chased. And that actually contributes to me being single because I'm like, listen, we both can't wear pink panties. Somebody got to wear the drawers.
So you saying them niggas are sassy?
Yes.
So
both of us can't be going to the beauty supply. Both of us can't be taking. I got 2 sinks in that bathroom. Both of us can't be in the bathroom for the whole. I'm always late. You can't be later.
Right. And you know what? I can feel what you're saying on that because I got some brothers that I hang out with. Hell, I got a cousin that showed me some things. No, I ain't gonna say no name. You know what I'm saying? But he showed me some things. Because what he is he's a bit of a womanizer. I love him to death, but he's a bit of a womanizer. But when I seen him in his excellence and how he had game He played game on these women. You know what I'm saying? In his excellence, I know.
What you mean?
Well, with men that can pull a lot of women, they are aggressive. Not aggressive like, bitch, come over here. It's like more like they won't take what I took from old girl when she laughed at me and looked at a friend and said, I can't believe that nigga even hollered at me. This nigga would have came and said, yeah, I hollered at you, girl. You go, hey, turn around, talk to me for a second. Let me holler at you. He would have got all up in the face and made her laugh and all that stuff, would have bought her some drinks. And I guarantee my cousin that I'm talking about, he would have took that insult and he would have kept going. And he would have had that girl's ass cheeks in the air that night. Even after that insult, he would have had that girl's ass cheeks in the air that night. I guarantee it. I'm trying to tell you. Who said what?
I'm listening.
I'm just saying. So with women, I do think there is and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's a need to be chased. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's a need to be chased or hunted.
Okay, so but let me before you say that, hold on, before I go there, because I feel like that might take us a little way because of my response. Jason, no, so this is the thing. You're right. He was married, and I appreciated him telling me that. Like I go to him for all of my my critiques, honestly, because I know he's gonna give it to me real. That's real talk. Like I say, he's my friend. Now, to answer your question, right? The Bible says, okay, the Bible says that the man is supposed to he who finds, not she who finds, he who finds, right? Plus, the male's nature is to be what? To be the hunter. Baby, I shouldn't have to hunt you. Then you're gonna say I'm too aggressive for you. You're gonna say I'm wearing the pants and I want you to wear the panties or the skirt or whatever, right? So if you really carry it how you're supposed to carry it, which is kind of really how I carry it when it comes to the dating thing, right? I do try to have that opportunity for the man to approach me, right? Now I ain't gonna lie. If I feel like, okay, I want to introduce myself to this person, like I'm really feeling this person. Like that's how I met my ex-fiance. I introduced myself to him, right? Hey, what you got going on? Might have should have left when he was, but let me not say that. But I did. I introduced myself to him first. My son, his wife, she said she introduced herself to him first, and she probably was gonna have to because my son don't really do it. Like he's not that in that type of like he's so quiet, you know, and reserved and shy. So you know, she did have to introduce herself to him first. But oftentimes it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself, but damn, I ain't gonna plan the date. I ain't gonna just. I think I told you the example about how one of my exes asked me to the national championship last year. Works for the company. Invited me to the national championship. It was in, of course, for college. It was in Georgia. So I said, okay. I found the flight round trip less than $200. And his reply. Now, mind you, he works for the company, so he didn't pay for the tickets. The tickets was free. Okay, so the game was free. So I'm like, okay, well, I work from home, so you know I got to come out a certain amount. You know, I'm planning it all out. All right, I found this flight, et cetera, less than $200 round trip. So come from the West Coast to the East Coast, because again, I live in Arizona. They was in Georgia.
Right.
He said, so you want me to pay for your flight, and then I gotta feed you, and this, that, and the third, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, he ran down everything negative about the 150. Now, true enough, I could have paid for my flight, right? I could have. But I didn't ask me to come to the national championship. I didn't invite me there. And you didn't pay for the tickets. And then you wanted me to stay for a whole 2 weeks. So we doing all that interaction. And you can't even pay a round trip, which I felt like was good. Round trip from West Coast to the East Coast back to the West Coast, 150. And and you already know that even still, like when I come around you, I'm going to take care. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do as a female. So, but again, because you want to be chased, but I'm not chasing you. So I said, well, babe, I could watch the national championship right here on this good TV in these 4 walls that I paid for. I'm good. You stay right.
I got you. Jason Wright said it's 2020. Jason Wright said it's 2025. If women think someone is cute, hot, etc., they should be able to come up to you. The dude might be shy or tired of rejection. I agree.
Right. Okay. But so
agree.
this is the thing. So Jason, so this is the thing. When we come up to you and we approach you and you tired of rejection and we interact, right? And we move forward. At what point do you take over in the male standpoint, or do we always still got to continue to be the person that initiates everything? Because these men these days is sassy.
And see Kenneth Johnson, he got the bullseye right there. He let you know.
He agree.
Hey, he agreeing. And see, Kenneth, let me tell you something about Kenneth, man. Kenneth is the smoothest nigga that you ever meet in your life. Kenneth, when you used to go over his crib, that motherfucker had about 200 pair of shoes, about 300 outfits. Always kept that nigga never had a bad edge up. I don't know if he's still like that, but he ain't never had a bad edge up. He always pulled women and everything. So I'm saying that Kenneth is a good looking man, clean cut brother that always was a player. He obviously got a whole lot of rejections too. See what I'm saying? Y'all did a number on us men. Now we here later on in life, and now y'all women can't get chased no more because y'all done so much hurting. Y'all done hurt us a whole lot. I'm sorry.
So why can we just say we? And maybe in 2026 that might be what we need to focus on. I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies a little bit bad out here. Did you see that it hailed so bad out here in Arizona? They trying to call it snow a little bit.
Why are you changing the damn subject, man? We talking about men and being hurt.
Let me ask you this: 2026, right? Let me ask you this: do you think 2026 that maybe we should try to focus on bringing it back to what it used to be, right? And maybe putting down a little bit of the guard that we have, right?
Right.
And giving an opportunity to meet and greet people. Because what it really is that, like you just said, y'all been rejected, we've been rejected. So now
y'all ain't been rejected, man. You on some bullshit with that. Y'all ain't been rejected. That's not rejection. That's just a man not speaking. That's not rejection. So what you saying in the year 20? So what you saying after the New Year's in 2026? Men supposed to still walk up to pretty women such as yourself and get called I can't believe you even over here hollering at me, you fat nigga. Get on away from me.
Let's not just say pretty women. Just say women in general. Let's not get stuff on the look. Now that I'm married and older, I don't care. I'll talk to anyone. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Look, Kenneth said, niggas' knees hurt. Chase.
No. No.
Right. All right. What Jason say? Jason said, now that I'm married and older, I can care a little. I can care a little talk. In high school, I was shy as hell. Right. So I would say this about my wife. I would say that my wife, like, I think her personality made me more comfortable of talking to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Of talking to them. Now, am I going to pursue that? Of course not. I love my wife. Definitely not going to do that. But what I'm saying is, let's say that if there were a doomsday scenario to where we got a divorce or something like that, I wouldn't have a problem talking to any woman now. I wouldn't have a problem.
I don't think you should even get a divorce because this is the thing.
I said doomsday scenario.
I don't see you with no. I don't see you, and I've been with you all your life. I don't see you with anybody else.
Oh yeah, Beth my baby. So definitely, I get that. But yeah, but see, that's it. And I understand what you're saying too. Women like to be chased, you like to be hunted, and you feel like
it's not even that we like to be chased. Let's not get that. We just like, because this is the thing. I know that if you sassy, right, then I don't like that. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm in competition with you.
Mm-hmm.
On who gonna be catered to the most.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Like, baby, I don't want to get out the car and pump my gas. But if you sassy, you expecting me to pump my gas. So I don't want that. I want my gas tank filled up every Sunday and Thursday. My car don't go nowhere.
Right.
I just need it filled up every Sunday and Thursday by my man. Okay. I don't want to deal with all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm gonna also keep that house clean, make sure we eat right, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I'm gonna do those things. And then we're gonna talk about whichever item works that we need to work. Like if you do something better than me, then that's not because like okay, so back to the dude that invited me to the like he's a chef, so you cook better than me because I ain't no chef, you know. So okay, you got it. That's your thing. You cook better than me. I'm not saying that I can't cook. You just cook better than me. So that's your thing. Maybe I handle finances better than you. That's my thing. You know, that's how you figure that out. But nowadays, these dudes nowadays is just like, oh, I mean, literally, it's just like, I want you to come pick me up. I can come pick you up.
Lord have mercy. Y'all just so damn. Oh, I understand it's hard out here, but what I'm saying is in the year 2026, men have been hurt out here. Our self-esteems are low at this point.
Can we say people? Don't just limit it to men. Okay, let's just say both.
Well, let me ask you this question. Because you said that
I know people now that have now moved to dating the same. They have stopped dating men and started to entertain because it's so difficult.
So you know women who have started dating women because trying to get a man is difficult. Damn, men got that bad out here. That's crazy.
The men just they so sassy. You must. That's not what I'm gonna do. But shit, they sassy enough. Shit, they almost a caliber of a woman. So.
Damn, that's bad right there. That's definitely bad. I can't believe that. That's insane right there. I mean, but like I said, it's something that I'm hearing a whole lot. There's a couple of podcasts that I watch, you know, where it's all women podcasts, whatever. And they talk about this all the time of how hard it is for a single woman out here to find a man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think when they talk on these podcasts, they really don't have a male representative to tell them why it may be like that. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like it's our resting bitch face. So right here, this is my resting bitch face. His face right here says you can't approach me.
I wouldn't approach you like that. No. No, I wouldn't approach you like that. I'd be like, nah, I ain't giving you shit.
Define sassy. So sassy. So and I can only really like give you an example, right? Not really a true definition, okay? But so sassy. One time prior, I have had a dude that has said to me, well, you asked me, I might have said, hey, what you doing for the weekend? And they might have said, oh, I ain't doing nothing. So my favorite comedian, I'm gonna drop his name just because he just left Virginia last weekend. So I'm like, oh, you want to go to the Mojo concert? I mean, the Mojo Comedy Club show? And then his reply back, you paying? When you ask me, that's their thing. When you ask me, I asked you what you're doing for the weekend.
Whoa, hold on. Time out. Flag on the play. Throw the damn flag on the play.
What's the flag
on the damn play? You just said that a man asked you to come out there.
No, so say me and you on the phone, right? We chilling. We kicking it, whatever. And I'm like, oh, Mojo in town this weekend. You want to go to the comedy show, right? And so, first I'm like, well, what you doing this weekend? And they're like, well, I ain't doing too much of nothing, right? And you're like, okay, all right, cool. I ain't doing nothing either. So then I'm like, well, look, there's a comedy show in town. You want to go? And then the reply back is, were you paying? Because you asked me. I put the thought out. Like I planted the seed. You said you ain't had nothing to do. I said I ain't had nothing to do. I planted the seed, but because I planted the seed, I gotta pay for it too. Okay. So then you like, all right, whatever. If I want to go, sure, I'll pay for it, whatever. Then it's, well, are you picking me up? Are you paying for everything else? Yeah, you want boo. Again, take them pink panties off because now I got to pick you up, pay for the food, pay for this, baby. What?
Okay. So we're in a different world now. Cuz what I mean by that is women are successful as shit now. Y'all making plenty of money. Y'all educated. Y'all got all this stuff going on for you and everything like that. What is wrong with a woman taking a man out to dinner in a comedy show? What exactly is wrong with a woman? And I ain't no sassy nigga. I'm just being honest with you. What is wrong with a woman treating a man? What's wrong with
Ain't
that?
nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But let me tell you like this, right? For it to be the expectation, because you said we on the phone, we're trying to get to know each other, right? We're trying to get both of us have nothing to do. You ain't put nothing on the table of what you wanted to do. So I made mentions. But just because I made mentions, now I got to pay for everything. Like, okay, and then you want me to pick you up too? Pick you up? Maybe what you want me to watch you? Pick your clothes out too? Like, come on. No.
All right, now Kenneth said, what's wrong is a man asking her too, which I can understand that. I guess what Kenneth is saying is maybe he should have waited till you offered. To give you an example, I got a friend named Blair Brown. I can use a name because at the end of that, Blair cool as hell. We always been cool.
Okay.
But we went out to dinner one time. What was it, Bonefish down there in Charlotte or something like that. And the ticket came out, and I looked at the ticket. I just happened to glance
It's
at
a
it.
high.
You know, they handed it to me. I was like, damn, it's a high ass bill. She grabbed that motherfucker, said, nah, boo, I got it. And I was like, all right, you got it. And I had plenty of money in the bank, but I was like, all right, you got it. And I felt good about that. You know what I'm saying?
But so
like,
this okay.
yo.
So let me say this. Most times, and I can only speak for myself, just like I said with that national championship invite, right? But half of the stuff that he said, well, what you expect? I mean, boo, you are, if you know me, we've been knowing each other for almost 10 years, right? So that was unacceptable for what he was saying. He was just being an asshole, being a jerk about the situation. But I'm like, you already know. If you dealing with me, one thing I'm not gonna do is expect for you to handle every single thing that we do. Even my guy friends that I hang out with when I go back home, they buy drinks, I buy drinks. I buy drinks, they buy drinks. Like, it's just what we do. Okay. That's why I hang with guys. You already know that. Most of my friends are guys because I don't have that issue. But don't sit and say, run down the list of your sassiness of what you want me to do. Baby, where is your masculinity?
Right.
So if I say, so even when he said, well, you paying for the tickets, well, I did make the mention. So I'll pay for it because I want to go. Right. So I made the mentions. But damn, you want me to pick you up? You want me to pay for food? You want me to this? You want me to that? Well, damn, baby, I want to be courted. Like, I want you to do. But what you're asking me to do is what you should be doing for me. Again, take your pink panties off because at this day, I want to put mine on.
I get it. I get it.
That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like is sassy. Like, I get it. Yes, I asked you. And sure, okay, yeah, I made mentions, so I'll pay for it because I made mentions, right? Or if I can't pay for it, I'm be like, well, look, you pay for this, and then I'll handle the rest because I really want to go. But most likely, if I made mentions, baby, I can afford it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So when you run down the rest of the stuff, am I picking you up? Am I this? Am I that? No, I'm not doing that. No. Matter of fact, I don't want to go with you no more. I'm going by myself. Me and my friend gonna go, and we're gonna have a good time. Me and my homegirl.
I got you. All right. I got you. I mean, he said, "Nigga, struck nervous."
Yes, he did. That was disgusting.
Yeah. And like I said, I can see, your side of it too. I can definitely see your side of it too. I guess, like I said, seeing that.
That's sassy.
Right. Seeing, like I said, how much the world has changed and everything. I guess men out here who are single are expecting a little bit something different. Plus, like I said, in that red pill community, what you'll hear men say, I'm tired of spending all this money.
Now tell me what the red pill community, because you introduced me to that. So
the red pill community is a bunch of hurt men who've trauma bond about being hurt by women their whole life. They either been through bad breakups. They done been through divorces. They done been through having a baby that they thought was theirs. It wasn't theirs. They done been through all these terrible, instances. And sometimes it be them nerdy dudes that ain't never got laid, a day in their life. It be them too. So
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it called when a female went through all of that? We just got to deal with it. We ain't got no, well, it's not a name for that, huh? Ain't a community for that. We just supposed to heal and move on. Is that what it?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
I mean, I'm just
that.
saying, I've never heard of that. So what's the community for a female? What is it called? You know?
So I do not know the community for a female. I don't even know if there's an equivalent of a community for the female because they've never labeled it. Whereas men, we've labeled that red pill community type thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's been labeled for females, but y'all call it something different.
What we call it?
I got to think about what it is. It's something negative.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what the red pill community is. And with the red pill community, if you look at a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, man, I done spent thousands of dollars out here on women for dinners and everything.
How do I find these people? They call red pill community.
The red pill. Just type it in on YouTube. It'll come up. Yeah, it'll come up. Red pill community. You'll see the most prevalent red pill people. And when you hear these men's discussion, you're gonna notice. You're gonna say to yourself, you're gonna say, "Damn, these brothers is hurt. They never got over it. They never got over it." You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of hurt brothers out here. As a matter of fact, I think I asked you one time. We had a conversation long ago, and I said, "Who you think cheat more, men or women?" And you said women. So when you said women, I was like, you remember? I was surprised. Women. I was like, really? You said that? That's what you said. You changed your mind now?
Yeah, we do it better. Yeah,
okay, so y'all do cheat more. Okay, so
I just said it right here.
Right. So being that women cheat more, that means it's more hurt men out here. You know what I'm saying? So this is the result of that.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Women cheat better, right? So because we cheat better, we probably do cheat more. And y'all, it's just my nose ring. If y'all see something in my nose, I'm sorry. I ain't folded up good. But I'm going to say that it's not more a lot of hurt men out there because oftentimes y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
We don't know a woman cheating on them?
No, and probably would never know. When it's over, even when the relationship is over and the situation is over, most of the times they don't know. We do it very well.
Okay. I got you. I mean, I'm just saying, but it's a lot of hurt brothers out here. I didn't know it was that many hurt brothers.
You know why they hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Because they made the bed and now they gotta lay in it and they didn't expect the reaction that they received.
Okay. All right.
So
I can dig
that's
it.
why.
I can dig it. I got you.
Because oftentimes, most men that cheat, they feel like, oh, she ain't gonna leave. She ain't gonna this. I'm a Cancer too.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm about tired of y'all.
But no, so most times now you as a Cancer, you won't know. You ain't gonna know. Boo. I can't even snitch on myself, but okay. Moving on. But yeah. So say this, that oftentimes the reason why is because most times most men feel she ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna do because she need me, right?
Mm-hmm.
She can't be without me. Like I this. And most men that cheat is because most men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because taking you back, like in Africa and all of that, their culture says loyalty ain't normal. You right. Their culture says that they can have more than one as long as they can afford it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I have heard of that, right?
So oftentimes that's what happens here, right? Most men feel like that they can cheat because they feel like, oh, I can do it because I can afford it, I can this, and she need me.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she take them pink panties off and put them drawers on, put them bloomers on, and realize get her identity back. And realize, then that's when it smack them in the face. When I jumped up and moved to Charlotte, smack you in the face. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Like people don't really believe that you're gonna do what you're gonna do or do what you can until you actually do it. So that's why they be hurt because they don't really believe that you can do. until you do.
Look, cuz I'm be honest with you, you know, as a man, y'all don't hurt like we hurt when we get hurt. I'm gonna tell you why I know that.
We
you
know. Yes, we know. We actually do. We do.
No, y'all don't. Y'all don't
We-
hurt like
when
that.
we
Y'all
do
get
it,
over it.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all
When
go
we
out
do-
here, y'all cut y'all
y'all-
hair, and y'all start going out here with your gals and have a good time and having
Without no
drinks and
freaking
all that.
dress
Because
on.
y'all
I
do
say
all
put your
that
freaking
stuff.
dress on.
Y'all do all that stuff. Men, let me tell you, last time a woman broke my heart, I went from
I
300.
was with you.
I know you was with me. You saw the weight loss. I went from 320 pounds to 254 overnight.
Mhm.
I couldn't eat nothing but lettuce. I couldn't eat nothing but lettuce. That's all I could hold down was lettuce, nigga. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't hold nothing but lettuce down. Lettuce and crackers.
Meanwhile,
and water.
when I moved to Charlotte, I did the complete reverse, right? When I came to Charlotte, I was living my best life.
Yep.
Charlotte wasn't from a move. It was
See, that's
from
what I'm saying. Y'all don't hurt like we hurt.
we do. We just do it. We do it differently. We
Y'all
do it
don't
differently.
never listen. Y'all don't never listen, yo. You know,
I'm
y'all got
telling
to
you,
listen
we
to me.
do it differently. We do it in the inside. We do it internally.
Y'all go through suicidal thoughts.
Internally, yes, we do.
Okay, I got
Yes,
you.
we do.
All right, I got
Yes,
you. I
we
got
do.
you. I mean,
Mhm.
because men, when we love a woman, we put everything into that woman, all energy, time, effort, anything that we could do. You know what I'm saying? We definitely put everything into you when we love a woman. You know, so when those women do us in a way to where it breaks our heart, you know what I'm saying? It really breaks men down physically.
But what makes you think us females don't do the same?
Y'all don't love like me. Y'all don't love like me. Look. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you right here. I'm gonna prove it to you right
Go
here.
ahead.
This is how I know men love more than women. When danger is around, a man that loves his woman is willing to die for his woman. I don't know too many women that's willing to die for their man.
Look, now you got to leave. What subject you wanted to talk about? Cancer.
hey, look. I'm gonna tell you something about my brother Kenna. Kenna, if you ever in the Arizona area, I want y'all to meet up and have some drinks and chill.
I ain't never home, so that's you can't even.
Hey, well, I mean, y'all might have to hit each other up in Messenger, whatever y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm always in the east.
I believe Kenneth now is a truck driver. I think so. He be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what he do. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Shit kind of raw right now.
I just feel the subject you want to talk about, sir.
Yeah. So
Okay,
Kenneth
so-
live on the road. Like I said, he live on the road. So y'all need to get up and have
So
some drinks. Y'all have
let me answer what you said, and I'm gonna put it right back in your lap, right?
all right, put it back.
Because
Break it down.
because you said when a man loves, he protects, right? He's gonna go to the end,
Oh,
right?
hey, hell yeah.
But guess what? When a woman loves you and you down and out and you don't have nothing, what's she gonna do?
Mm.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
All right.
Okay. I'm a little bit farther. I'm more closer to Tucson. I live in Casa Grande.
See Kevin on here making friends on the podcast. That's what we do. We make friends on the podcast. But yeah, but like I said, I think that's a conversation that we can have on another podcast. Really break down. And
Invite your friends.
I could have, okay, we can invite Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely invite Kenneth. We can invite Eugene, brothers like Jason, all them brothers like that, and really break down to women like what goes through a man mentally and physically when we do get our hearts broken, because it's really hard to recover from that. I think you remember back then.
But why do you feel like, I do remember, but why do you feel like it's not hard? So this is the thing. Your men want to say it's hard for y'all to recover, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why do you feel like it's not hard for us to recover?
Y'all more forgiving and nurturing. So
not really. Not really.
Your kids disappoint you all the time, and you forgive them. So
not really. And I'm gonna be dead real with you, right? I can't even see who all in here, so I don't want to say what's so much. But I'm gonna tell you like this: when you're in this world, and this person has a child outside of your world, it changes. everything.
I will break it down. What goes to a woman when that happens?
Because let's talk about, so when I first heard about your mom, when it happened, right? When your mom situated, I couldn't understand, I couldn't relate. But when it happened to me, your mom was the first person I went to, because I needed to have the understanding, right? Of how can, it's one thing to step outside, it's another thing to have a whole nother life and then expect to accept the life. Like it's regular. So it makes you say, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is really happening? It really makes you second guess who you are as a person, to say, damn, this person really didn't honor and respect me enough to where they not only went away from what we had, but created another life as well.
Okay.
So and then you really have to coach yourself back up to say, no, boo, I'm that bitch. That was what they did. And what they did don't have nothing to do with who I am. Because I'm that bitch and I'm gonna be that bitch. So yes, y'all, because y'all feel like, oh, but you gotta know that what the actions that men do to us, it does. It's just that we just internalize it, and then we get the, oh, she mean, she that, she this, she that. No, baby, you just don't even know my story. Talk to me for a little bit, get to know me. Because right now I got this guard up because the last person I dealt with, or the person prior to that, did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to see what you're doing before you even enter into my space. Because I love hard and I love real. And the last person chose to have a whole nother world outside of my world. Probably why your mama's still single. Because your mama, your daddy was her only. And to have a whole life outside of her life that she thought was her life. You got this, you living this story, which is a fucking fairy tale, but it's a nightmare. You think it's a fairy tale until you realize, no, this is a motherfucking nightmare. Because I'm doing, but outside, the world know that you're doing something else, and you got me looking stupid. And now I'm ready to go ahead and get 3 hots in a cot for free.
Understood. So from what I'm gathering here, when it comes to single men and single women, it sounds to me that what you have is you have a set of men and a set of women who both have walls up. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly. I said that.
Yeah. So what I had to do, right? What I had to do with myself is I had to really do self-study. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, she broke up with me, left me. What was I doing wrong? And so I got to look at that, right? I got to look at that. Now,
so let me ask you, do you feel like you was doing something wrong with that situation? Because I was on the outside looking in.
Yeah. So in some aspects, yes. I'm gonna tell you what, because
and so you learn from those things, right?
Right.
You don't do that in your marriage, right?
Bingo.
That happens with us, right? But this is the thing: the women, we do the same thing, but for some reason, like I'm a little bit better with the conversation to say, I know I got father issues. Hey, I'm still trying to figure out who the real daddy is, right? So, it's one of those things, but at the same time, I also know that for me, not my kids' real daddy, y'all, my own real daddy.
Yeah, I was about to say, you need to clarify that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
Say that. But for me, what I will say is that over the years, I've sat down with my ex and had to have the hard conversation. Hey, what do you feel like I went wrong in this relationship? What caused you to feel like that's what you needed to do? Because in my eyes, we was good. We was Gucci. But in your eyes, we was something different. And the conversation that we had, it was a deep conversation. It was very intriguing, right? But I have to learn from that to be able to grow and be better for the next, right? So that's where I say, and I see it even with you, right? For me, when I look at your relationship, that situation, I'll keep my comments to myself. But you know,
Oh, you talking about my
Um,
ex relationship? Okay, yeah, okay,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm,
But see, like I
yeah.
said, I could see things that I did wrong in that, and I would say one thing that I could see that I did wrong is I wasn't giving enough
Active.
attention. It wasn't enough
Mhm,
attention. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
what that's
because
active.
I was a big time, I would say, gamer at that point. I would go to
Mhm.
work my 8 to 12, whatever I had to do, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever I had to do, and make money. But also, what I would do is as soon as I get off of work, I'm coming home, taking a shower, getting nice and cool and everything, and then I jump on a game, play Call of Duty for 3 or 4 hours. And at that time, I could have been upstairs watching some TV or something, and I kind of and I looked at that and I said, okay, let me change this. You know what I'm saying? So when I got in my marriage, what I noticed, I don't play video games at all. Yeah, I don't even got a game
Mhm.
system. You know what I'm saying? Because I do want to give my wife attention. You know what I'm saying? Also, going out more, dancing, going out to eat,
Living
going to
life.
day parties, living
Living
life,
life.
doing things right, living
Mhm.
life. So those things I had
Right.
to
But see,
adjust.
so let's go back to the sassy comment, right?
Hmm.
So living life that you know that you need to live, right?
Hmm.
Versus her, but versus you doing it versus expecting her to treat you to it. You feel
Right,
me?
right. Now my
So
wife
that's
still does most of the planning for dates. I ain't gonna
planning,
lie.
right?
Right.
Because we are planners. We're
Right.
nature. That's in our nature, right?
Hmm.
Planning,
Hmm.
not coming to give you a bath and twist your and comb your hair and all of this and that and
No,
come
no, no,
on
no, no,
and
no, 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 no.
ah,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she'll plan it. She ain't paying for it, but she'll plan
Exactly.
it. Right. So, like I said, I had to find those type of things that was wrong with me and improve those things. So I did improve those things, right? And my marriage is going great. So we don't have a problem, So I can see that making those adjustments worked. But what I did have to do before getting married is I did have to take my walls completely down, and I had to give Bethany a completely clean slate, right?
Right.
I couldn't carry anything over from the last. You know what I'm saying? Was that person a horrible person? Absolutely not. She was a
Mm-mm.
wonderful person.
She
You know,
was not.
but at the end of the day, the way that ended, it was crazy, it was reckless, wasn't the way that it should have ended. You know what I'm saying? But
That's how it be.
still mutual friends. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no beef with her. She ain't got no beef with me. I see she's living life, got a beautiful daughter, all that good stuff, beautiful things. But like I said, I can see where I went wrong. But I'm sure if I had this conversation with her and we actually got to sit down and she would say, "Hey, I saw some things that I was doing wrong." You know what I'm saying? It's just part of being an adult, part of growing. And
Right.
what I fear what's happening out here for single men and single women is I think that not enough people are doing that self-study.
Mm-mm.
You have to do that self-study, and that self-study is literally killing yourself, not in the physical form, but mentally, and really judging yourself
Rebuilding you back up to where
and
you where
rebuilding
you need to
yourself
be.
right back up. Right. But
Because
as
we
a
all
different person.
feel like we right.
We
Everybody
all
feel
feel like bingo. We all feel like we right, and we ain't. We ain't.
No.
We ain't right. We just think, oh, woe is me. Somebody hurt me, but don't realize that sometimes we're the causation of the hurt. Now, with the person that you said did you wrong or did you dirty, and you asked that question, why did you do me like this? What was his response?
No. That wasn't the question that I asked at all because I didn't give a fuck about why they did it. Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you asked the question.
No, I asked.
So,
No. I didn't give a fuck about why they did it. Honestly,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm real raw. I didn't give a fuck about why he did it.
Mhm.
I asked the question in our relationship. What did you feel like I could have done better
Mhm.
in the relationship to ensure that we actually had a solid relationship? Because they was gonna do whatever they was gonna do regardless, because that was them.
Right. Mhm. Absolutely. I get what you're saying.
So I asked, what did they feel like they needed from me more in that relationship?
What
And
was
the
the answer?
the response was actually a very good response. At first, they were like, "Well, I don't feel like it was nothing that you could have did. It was me." And
Mhm.
I said, "Well, let me tell you what I felt. And you tell me what you think, right? Because I wasn't expecting that. I actually was expecting him to run down a laundry list of shit that he disliked, which I was surprised that he did.
Mhm.
But so when he was like, no, it was on me, I said, well, for me, I felt like because we were in two different worlds. I was still in college, 21 years old. You were almost 30, homeowner, something. We were in two different lanes, right? And you wanted me to be something that I wasn't. You didn't give me an opportunity to get there. I was still in college.
Mhm.
So I'm in college with a baby, trying to figure it out. and you in your world, your real grown up world. I'm just in different world. You know what I'm saying? But I have a baby. So and when I put it to them like that, when I put it to him like that, he was like, damn, I didn't really look at it like that, but you're right. I was like, yeah. So for me, what it really was is that the people that they were outside the relationship entertaining, they pretty much were on the level that he wanted me to be on, but he just didn't give me the opportunity to get there. So it wasn't that I was lacking, it was the fact that I was building. And instead of you waiting and allow me to build, you chose to go and do what was what for you at that moment. And it's fine, because it shows that I wasn't where you needed to be.
Now, when I ask these men, because I have conversation with my brothers and everything. When I ask these men, when I found out that they are, unfaithful to the person that they're with, I say, well, what happened, bro? Like, what did she do that caused you to do that? The answer is always the same, and it's
what is it she didn't do?
Well, the answer is always the same. He says, there's really nothing that she didn't do, you know what I'm saying, or something that she did. It's just something that was internally in me to where I just had to do what I had to do. Now I do have,
and that's why I say I didn't give a fuck about why he
he did
what he did.
Right. Now I do have brothers out here that just straight raw with it, and they be like, well, I told my wife in the beginning that I was gonna need some new pussy once every 3 months or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And they just happened to marry me. And unfortunately, what I told her came out to be true. She didn't believe it. She thought she could change me. And, she got in trouble trying to change him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was always a player. He was always going to do what he was going to do. He just had to go out here and do what he had to do. But like I said, for those men who were not like that, they said there was really nothing that the woman did. It's just that they just didn't have the sexual discipline to be faithful to that woman, which, amongst brothers in private behind closed doors, that's deep to say, because that's like saying, hey man, it was me. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't nothing that she did. I just fucked up. I wasn't able to handle, my sexual desires. I had to move on to this other woman and do whatever I was doing over there. I guess, sometimes I feel like men and women sometimes have the same emotions too. Because, y'all XX, we XY. So being that we XY, we got that X in us too. So we got that female, side of us too, pretty much. I know.
Sassy.
Well, we got that female, so that emotional side to us. So what I have also heard from men say, when they step out on a woman is they felt like the woman made them feel insignificant or made them feel less than. They didn't adore their man. So what happened is the man would go to work and he had this woman that would show him so much attention. You know what I'm saying? Had these dope conversations with him, bring him something from home that she didn't cook that tastes real good or whatever. Next thing you know, they having a conversation at work. Those conversations go from 10-minute conversations to 20-minute conversations to 30-minute conversations. Now you're up to an hour conversation. Now y'all talking out in the parking lot. Now y'all talking at the restaurant across the street. Now y'all talking. Now y'all talking in somebody's apartment. Now somebody's cheeks in the air, and now somebody's in trouble. That's how that happens. It's a gradual, thing. And I can see how that happens too. See, like I said, that XX and XY, that X in us, like I said, that female side of us it's there. Men are not stone. Men do have to feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying? So let's say that you're a man out here, you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But every day you come home, you ain't got no food cooked. Your wife working a regular job. She working 8 hours a day.
You married wrong, or you married what you knew. That's you knew that's what she was gonna do.
Well, okay. But over time, after working that hard and doing everything that you can do to try to keep your family and keep your household stable, you never got appreciation from your wife. But this girl at work, she say to you, and because she's hearing your story, because you venting to this woman, and she hears this and she's like, damn, this is a good man right here. I can see myself doing something with her. And women can be manipulative. so what they gonna do is they're gonna be like, well, shit, if she don't want him, I'll take him. And she take him. You know what I'm saying? She could easily say, look, I don't want to be with you or anything like this. This is some of the things that you could possibly do to spark your marriage up a little bit. Instead, she's going to take them. And that's what happens too. Sometimes.
So anything that can be taken wasn't never yours. Understand that.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, just because she doesn't cook doesn't mean
I thought this nigga left.
I'm gonna make this statement. My friend Jay joined. She said she wanted the hair conversation, but I don't know how to bring her in. But let's say just because she doesn't cook doesn't mean she doesn't appreciate her husband, right? So that's the lack of communication. But we're gonna have to talk about that another time because I feel like we already at almost 2 hours. But Jay, I don't know how you bring somebody in. She said she
okay. We'll continue to talk, but I can bring him in. Tell her to send an email and put it in my private chat, and we'll bring her in. But yeah, so that's the thing, you know, when we talk about these things. I know we got off topic or whatever, because this is what we do as cousins. We just sit there and we just talk this whole time. But I think this
I damn sure thought he was gone. Because look, he never. I asked him, well, what does it that he want to talk about, and he never get nothing. I thought he had exited the chat.
Right. See, but what he said right there is true too. He said, "To hell with appreciation, just listen sometimes," and that's a big one too, because at times, you know, women.
I'm about to send you her email address myself.
Yeah,
okay?
y'all a little hard with listening sometimes, so that can definitely happen. And
everybody's hard with listening. That's
right.
Say y'all.
Well. Okay. See.
Everybody.
See, you ain't listening. See, you ain't listening. See, that's what Kenneth's point is. He just tried to tell you that y'all don't listen. You just proved him right. You ain't listening. What we try to tell you is that women tend to not listen more than men don't listen. That's what we trying to tell you.
So again, everybody don't listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Once again, you're not listening.
And when your birthday? you a June or a July Cancer? Did you get the email? You got her?
Yeah, I got the email. I'm sending it right now. I'm sending it right now. Hold on. Yeah, but yeah, that's these are some deep conversations. And like for all the people who've joined tonight, I do appreciate you guys chiming in, because it's a dope conversation, you know, and I want you guys to continue chiming in, because these conversations right here, man, they're just deep. I think what has to happen is I think we have to start talking about these conversations amongst men and women, because this is the only way that we're gonna heal. To be honest with you, I'm honestly to be honest with you. Tell Jay I just sent her the link. Just click on it.
She watching it. I'm about to message her right now.
Yeah, but like I said, so I'm kind of personally tired of seeing, especially black men and black women, going at each other's necks like this. And I think everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves their mate. Everybody deserves their companion and companionship. You feel what I'm saying? I think everybody deserves it. Everybody who wanted it.
There's somebody out there for everybody.
Exactly. So what I think my mission, right? What my mission is on this podcast is not just to talk about that, because we're going to talk about that to try to bring some type of sense to this thing. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's something that needs to happen, because right now, community is kind of ravaged because, like I said, we at each other's necks, unfortunately, and that's not a cool place to be, especially now. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I feel like black women are being attacked at this point from all angles.
We are.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's so. And that statement right there can bring us right back to the hair, right? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Michelle is saying when she's talking about that hair thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's a low-key, indirect attack on us. Mm-hmm. Like you just said, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I got you.
So yes, you're right.
I mean, not, you know, in the hair, yes, big thing, but you know, when I look at the fact that, you know, 300,000 black women lost their jobs in April, and an additional
Don't
90,000.
add the number, add some more to it because I just
What 90,000? 90,000 today. So I'm sorry,
There you go.
90,000 in September. So we just got those numbers
Mhm.
today. So when we
Hey,
see 90,
Jay.
hey Jay, what's going on, baby girl? I ain't never. I
Hey,
don't know you from
hey,
a can of
y'all.
paper, but you
That's
family.
that's my Spartan sister. That's,
Okay.
That's my also my initiative.
Norfolk State in the house once again. I see that
Period.
back
Why you
there.
say
Behold,
And
baby.
look, behold, and that's her hair.
Yeah, I see it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
you know, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? But you wanted to say something about the hair situation or the hair subject right here. Go ahead and express yourself.
Oh,
So-
you're D or me?
You.
So I guess I need a little background in terms of what you
So
guys
remember,
have covered already.
we was talking about we already covered it, but you here, so let's go. We remember we were talking about the Michelle and the comment Michelle said about how our hair grows out of our head curly, but yet we straighten it for the white people to, you know, pretty much to be accepted into their world. So what's your experience that you've come across with pretty much with your hair and being in, let's talk about being in Cleveland or, you know, being in your world.
Yeah, so you know this hair thing is, you know, sis, that ain't been an easy journey in figuring out how what my curl pattern is or the processes I need to do to my hair. And like you guys started with, since the beginning of time, we've been upheld to this white standard of what beauty is. So that has definitely set the trend. But I'm so happy to see our people getting back to our roots and what is natural to us. And regardless of what is presentable to them, no, y'all need to get used to this because y'all want this. Secretly, you know, you wish you had darker skin, you wish you had texture in your hair. Anytime I go outside, I'm having some kind of person come up to me talking about, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" No, you can't touch my hair. So you're so
dirty ass hand.
fascinated. You're so fascinated by my hair, but you want to hate me for my hair, but you're so fascinated by it. So yeah, that's been a battle because we live in this society that is white dominated. So coming up, I had the relaxer. Everybody had the relaxer. Give me that creamy crack. Soon as I
Creamy
feel the
crack.
moves
That's
coming
exactly
on,
what we
let
used to
me
call
get to straightening that hair because I got to have my hair straight. So thank God, I got a great foundation from my parents and everything, and it's power to the people over here. So you're gonna get what you get, and you're gonna love it. But yeah, we've all had that experience of not feeling good enough because of our hair.
Okay. So my daughter, when my wife takes out my daughter's hair, takes the braids out, looks a lot like yours. And what we do is when she does that, we do the black girl bounce. You know, I said do black girl bounce, and she'll jump up and down, let it bounce. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you gotta celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate it. And I always tell her, I said, this is the hair that God favors the most, baby. And I said, I'm gonna tell you why. I said, out of every woman's hair on this earth, the black woman's hair is the only hair that defies gravity. It's the only hair that does not naturally go down. It goes up to God. You know what I'm saying? So I said it's a special grade of hair. So what you're saying about your family and how they made you feel about your hair, how they made you feel great about your hair, that is very important. That's something that we need to teach each and every black person out here that do have black girls, because we have to be the first line of defense for our black girls to let them know that y'all are freaking gorgeous. Our women need to know that. They need to know that they are gorgeous. Our black women need to know that. And I was talking to my cousin earlier, and I asked her the question. I asked the question, but she don't like me calling her Ashley. Y'all call her.
You can call me Ashley.
But I asked her the question. I said, "Cuz, do you feel like black women know that they are the most gorgeous people walking this planet? Do they know that?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Are you sure? What do you feel about that? Do you feel like black women know that they are the most gorgeous people on this planet. Because
While
yeah, go
I'm
ahead, go
sorry.
ahead.
While
Go ahead.
we walk with that confidence and knowing who we are and we look good and this is good to go, when we step outside into the world, then you got people judging, you got people looking at you, you got people making comments, you got workplaces that don't allow you to come in with your hair in its natural state. And when I tell you, like, yeah, my hair is like okay right now because I got in the shower and took like a whole hour to comb it out. It's like a whole process, and it is not easy. And so if I go to sleep like this and I wake up in the morning, my hair is matted all over the place, right?
Mhm.
And so what's easy for us is to do something like a relaxer or something like that, because that's what we've been used to. You know, it's super
Or the
easy, but
braids
we
that
haven't
Michelle
even
talked about.
embraced our natural hair because of society. So while we walk with this confidence, we got society trying to pull us down. I remember, and I'm sure he's made amends for this by now, but Method Man, once made a comment that Black women should not wear natural hair. And yeah, and so
I meant to
it's like
find
this
that.
whole conflict. You have somebody saying that, and then you also have men. When we go out, we see them looking at the girls with the little with the quick weaves, with the wigs, with the baby hairs and all this stuff or whatever. That's who's getting attention. And we sit in here in this natural state, but it's not to say that we want to change and be that other person, but it does kind of tug at your confidence a little bit, because it's like, all right, our Black men are, you know, they want that Eurocentric look. That's what it appears, even though they say that's not the case. So there's a
Right.
whole conflict there, because you
Yeah.
guys will say that you love this, but I don't know. Yeah,
And
so
we mean it.
there's
And we mean it. And we mean
You
it
do-
because yes, there's barbershop talks about this. I talked to Cuz about this earlier. There's barbershop talks about this, about how we like our Black women to look. And those barbershop talks will tell you that we like our Black women not to have any makeup. We hate makeup. We cannot stand makeup. Like, we want to see our Black woman's natural like skin, her skin texture, her skin color, because you guys come in different shades and everything, and that skin is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So we want to see that. We want to see you, and we like
Question.
natural hair. Mhm. Go ahead.
Do you believe, like, so I'm glad that this is your experience. Do you believe this is widely shared, this view?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't like the makeup. We don't like the lashes. We don't like the long hair wigs and all this. We don't like any of that stuff. Now, the thing is that you may see men gravitate to that more in a club, and that could be because a woman who is wearing her natural hair, who has her natural face and all those things like that, that to us equates almost to more of a respectable woman. Don't take that the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
don't
love
take
the
that wrong
honesty.
way. Okay, so what I'm saying is more of a respectable woman. Okay, I'm looking at this woman right here, this sister, and she's got beautiful natural hair. She's got beautiful natural skin. She came in here and she ain't got all that makeup on. Matter of fact, look at this right here. I know Ashley already looked at the comment. He's 100% right. This
I
is my
see
boy
it.
Kenneth. Okay, so what I'm
Let's go
speaking
back
to you about.
in.
Right. So what I'm speaking to you sisters about is the honest to God truth. Black men do not like all that shit. We don't want to see our women looking like drag queens out here. Don't take that the wrong way. We don't like our women to look like drag queens out here. We want to be with, marry real women. When we lay down with y'all at night and wake up in the morning, we want to see what we saw last night. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of brothers that look, my boy, I bring my boy Wesley on here one time. You know who Wesley is, Ashley. Wesley, he's a bit of a womanizer. Maybe not today, but he was back in the day. Yeah, a bit. But so he told me a story one time. He said, man, I got this girl out there at club. What club was it at the moment in Charlotte? I can't remember what club it was, but he was sitting there. He said,
it's probably the same club, and name keep changing every time.
Right. He said, man, I went out there to that club. I found this girl, man, and she was fine and all outdoors, man. Badass body, all that stuff, man. Pretty face, all that. He said, man, I did not realize that girl had that damn makeup caked up like that. I was drunk and high as hell. I didn't realize she had it caked up like that. He said, man, I took her home. He said, I clapped them cheeks. He said, boy, I woke up in the damn morning. That damn makeup came off on that damn pillow. He said, God damn, boy, I thought the Undertaker was next to me, nigga. I said, he said, I had to get the hell up out of there. He said, I had to get the hell up out of there, bro. He said, bro, I couldn't believe that I had slept with a girl that damn ugly. He said she was that ugly underneath her, up underneath her makeup. He was like, man, he said, I didn't realize until then that makeup really do cover a whole lot of stuff. But I will tell you this from personal experience. I would say like back in the day, in the 90s, we'll say 90s and early 2000s, stuff like that. What you notice about black women is most black women had really pretty skin. And now what you see is that a lot of black women or sisters out here, their skin don't have that same glow. And the reason is, to me, is because that makeup ruins it. It attacks y'all's naturally beautiful skin. Black women ain't supposed to wear makeup. Makeup was made for white women that didn't have color. Y'all have natural color. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not made for y'all. Lipstick ain't made for y'all. Lipstick was to accent white women's thin lips. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already have full lips. So you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So black men,
sense.
Right? Black men.
I'm still here, y'all. I'm listening.
He's
Grabbing my
agreeing again.
charger.
Look, he's agreeing again. Yo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest, ladies. That's just the honest to God's truth, is that black men want to see our black women back to where they were in the 90s, early 2000s, where you didn't have all that stuff. And the thing is that you have some sisters come on to podcasts and everything, and they say, well, a black man would express himself and say, we don't like all that makeup, we don't like all that stuff y'all doing to y'all hair, and black women will respond and they would say, well, we don't do it for y'all. And we're like, well, who the hell are you doing it for? You know, because we would think that you would be getting beautiful, especially if you're single. We would think that you would be getting beautiful for us. You know what I'm saying? Because you want us, like Cousin said earlier, you want us to pursue. You want us to chase. You want us to hunt. So you would think that you would be doing that for us. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard so many women say that we don't do it for you guys. We do it for ourselves. I was like, okay.
They lying to you.
It's interesting you say that. Go ahead, sis. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, first off, I ain't gonna say they lying to you, right? We do it for ourselves, right? But also we do it for the male community. Oftentimes people get it a little bit confused when they say females put on whatever for other females because men don't pay attention to or don't know this, that, and the third. That's not the case. You put it on to really, like my grandma raised me, God rest her soul, that you always, when you walk outside, you're always 1000% presentable. You always make sure, because you never know who you're gonna run into, right?
Right.
I don't care where you go. So that's why you really put it on, because going back, like, this will be another topic we're going to talk about later, but how you talked about when I said, well, my son compared to his white friends or his friends that come from 2-parent homes, he can't do what they do. He always got to be a little bit extra. It's the same thing for us. When we go outside, we got to be a little bit over the top, a little bit more extra with the way we present ourselves, right? Because we're always deemed, the stigma is always that the black female is the poor female, the person that's getting the ghetto, living in the projects, getting the assistance from the government, to own the Section 8, and I can talk about that because I come from there, on the Section 8, things of that nature, right? When realistically speaking, we are the most educated population in America, right? Okay. But the stereotype is that we're not. So when we go outside, we have to be extra over the top with it, because the world gets the mainstream of the ghetto and the ratchet, or the hood and the poor. The regular ones, the real people that we are, we're not on display. So yes, we do have to make sure that we're presented, to that. And then when it does come to this hair, again, like I said in the beginning, for oftentimes to be accepted in the world that we live in, the workplace that we work in, right? We do have to conform oftentimes, right?
Mhm.
It is coming, it's getting better now. That's what Jay just said. Now we're starting to see more of us, and we're getting more accepted with our natural corals. But realistically speaking, that wasn't an accepted place,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Okay.
what Michelle was originally saying.
Okay. Jay, go
And
ahead and
I
say
will
what you want to say.
I will say, because based on what you were saying, like I appreciate hearing this and what you guys, what Black men like and everything
Mhm.
like that. And you brought up how sometimes women will say that we're not doing this for you. Well, I feel that there's been a lot of confusion and chaos between Black men and women, and I believe that Black women didn't just want to be in a place where we're saying we're not doing this for you and we're independent and we're this, that, and the other. I feel that we felt rejected a whole lot from our
Mhm.
own men, and
Absolutely.
that is a result of us feeling rejected. So, if in essence what you're saying is true, it comes down to a huge misunderstanding that has like really, and this gets into several other topics, but it's really divided us as Black men and women. And this other culture comes into play, so that's a little more confusing, but it's broken down our communication to where Black women are walking around talking about, well, yeah, I'm more educated, I'm an independent woman, and I'm this, that, and the other, because they're trying to build themselves up, because society
Because we've been torn down so much.
has been torn, they've been tearing us down, and it has been by our men sometimes.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that's
Okay,
where that
okay.
comes from a whole lot. But so the
Okay.
question is, how do we get better at communicating so that we don't have these problems and our race can be united? Well, I don't know. This is a great start, having this conversation.
There you go.
That's a huge start, and so you're doing the work. I appreciate that, but we need to do a lot more of this, because we got a lot of healing to do within our community.
Yes,
Within that
and
community.
we're gonna do the work, because Cousin, I talked about that. We're gonna definitely do the work. We're definitely gonna keep on doing these podcasts until we get the following to where what we have to do. I'm more of like a techie nerd type dude. What we have right now in the algorithm for our people is we have people who are doom scrolling, both men and women, doom scrolling. And when we doom scroll,
I had never heard of that until you
Right.
Talk
introduced it
to me.
Okay,
I feel like I know where this is going.
So when you doom scroll, what you do is you find this negative content that's being spewed, all this crazy stuff that's being spewed. And it's negativity about Black women, negativity about black men. And if you watch that whole clip, this is how algorithms work. So it's going to clock you from the time that you start watching to the time that you stop watching.
And it's
So
going to
we'll say-
feed you that type of
Bingo.
Okay.
Bingo. So let's say that it's a minute clip. You start watching it at 0.0:00, and you stop watching you watch the whole clip. So you watch the whole minute. Right. Algorithm says she or he watched that whole
Interested
clip.
in this.
This interested that person. So they're gonna keep feeding you that. And before you know it, you're sitting there in a state of depression. You know what I'm saying?
You
Because
looking at
you looked at 50 clips that told you that Black men hated you.
Good enough.
And we looked at 50 clips that told us that Black women hated us. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just enforcing what we might have thought might be true, but you're seeing other people who feel the same as you. So, okay, this must be the case. So the cycle further perpetuates itself. So that's something. Doom scrolling, huh?
Doom scrolling. That's exactly what it is.
Doom scrolling and red pill, baby. He taught me two things.
Doom scrolling and what's this?
Red pill community. Have you heard of that before?
I'm having trouble hearing you. I can hear Cuz very well.
The red pill community.
Pill community.
That is a no. She has never heard of the red pill community. So the red pill community consists of men who have been heartbroken, by women. Okay, and they never heal. They never heal from it. So
Black men, not just men.
Black men. Okay, we'll say
I
Black
know
men.
people in my family, child. So yeah.
Okay, so what happens is those men who go through that type of trauma. They trauma bond together on social media platforms is what they do. So what happens with that is, like I said, it's a doom scrolling type thing, right? What I'm breaking down to you, sisters, is I've studied this. I've studied
Because
this
you're
whole
making me feel there's hope. Okay.
It is. It is. We gotta outrun them on the algorithm, and it's hard to do because these people who already have these red pill platforms and stuff like that, they're constantly on here, spewing all this stupid shit that divides us more and more and more again. Because me and Cuz talked the other day. We was talking probably about 2 hours the other day, and we were talking about single black men, single black women, and what you guys both can bring to the table. At this point in her life, she's in her 40s, and of course, she's probably going to either meet men between 30 and 50, or 30 and maybe 55. At these
It can't be 30. My son 30.
63.
My son 30.
Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. But at this point in our lives, we are mature. We know that we want somebody, we want a companion, we want somebody to sit there on that sofa and chill with us, throughout the night, have drinks with, go out and have a dance and go to trips and stuff. We all want that significant person. And there's a lot of men that want that. There's a lot of women that want that, so we bring so much to the table. At this point, at this age, financially, we should be pretty okay. Even if we're not at the best, we've learned at least how to budget. We've learned how to pay our bills, right? So at the end of the day, we bring that together. This is a conversation in the red pill community that is being told a whole lot, and it's a lie. I think it's a lie anyway. Now, you women may say something totally different. The 50-50 conversation. So there's a whole conversation where red pill men are saying that black women are not willing to go 50-50 with the black men. Mm-hmm.
Wait, before you get there, because I'm gonna forget.
Go ahead.
Don't forget what you just said, right?
I got you.
I want to go back to something when you was talking about my little cousin niece. I want to say this, right? Coming from having a young black daughter, don't let society tell you that it's too grown for her hair to be outside, to be out. Because black people always say, as soon as we let our daughters, because we keep our daughters' hair in ponytails until they're 75 years old, right? Because we teach them, we do. Black people, as soon as black people see you have your child hair hanging out, that's too grown. That's too grown, right?
Right.
So,
or put in remember when we was kids, put in a relaxer in the kids' hair.
They don't do that. His wife don't do that, so I ain't got to worry about that.
No, we ain't doing that.
They don't do that. So, but that was that too. But what I will say is, I love how you say y'all celebrate it when we take it out, right? But also know that she don't have to always walk around with ponytails. It's okay for her to have a little ponytail at the top and her hair out in the back and let it swell up into the afro. And when she come back,
right, absolutely, right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So I want to say that as well, because people used to look at me crazy and used to tell me my baby hair was too grown. No, it's not. She got hair and she's gonna wear this hair outside. So I will say that. Now back to your comment about the red pill and the society.
Oh yeah, the 50-50 thing. So girl, I got ADHD. You can't be telling me but
real women don't have a problem with going 50-50.
Okay.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, let me tell you why we don't have a problem with going 50-50, right?
Go ahead.
And this is just me. Jay might have something different. For me, I don't got a problem with going 50-50 because at the end of the day, your 50-50 and my 50-50 is still my 50-50 at the end of the day, right? It's still all mine. So I don't care about because what you got and what I got is ours at the end of the day. So I don't care. Like, I don't really care about that, right? So that's that part right there. At the end of the day, you really, like, when we're sitting here having this real, like, at Titan and them wedding, they asked who wins, and they said we both win, right? We both
exactly
win. So you really have a real true understanding of what life is and what it looks like to be a true partnership and a true union. The fuck is we talking about a 50-50? Because what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. So it ain't even, I don't even know why I'm having this conversation about 50-50.
You know where it came from? That came from Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's situation, and it came from a prideful. Pardon? It came from a prideful place. So it was something about basically Dwayne made her feel a way that he wasn't going to provide. So I know Gabrielle's pride stepped in and said, oh, you don't have to worry about me. We can do this 50-50. And so that's where that came from. And there's so many levels to it because these are two people who have a whole lot of money, right?
Yep.
So that's one situation. But if you think back, it's basically we've not been able to adjust properly. So in the beginning, women had a role. Women were not able to go out into the workplace. That was what the men did. So the women therefore stayed at home and were expected to do these things, right?
Mhm.
So now women have, you know, in some ways been forced to, but in some ways women want to step into this role of being able to provide for themselves or whatever. So to me, we just have not adjusted what this looks like because the woman is not sitting at home anymore waiting hand and foot for her man to come home. The woman is also going to work and has a whole lot of responsibilities. So what does that look like if we're both like, does the man still provide it's confusing because like, what is it supposed to be? But it's not supposed to be one thing because what works for you and I works for you and I works for somebody. What works for somebody else will work for them. So again, I feel like we're letting outsiders cloud what our roles are in our own relationship. And a man and a woman need to be able to come together to say, all right, this is what works for us. I'm okay doing this. Can you, it's about communication, and our communication has severely broken down.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna also say this, what you just said, and I'm gonna piggyback on it as well, and say that first off, when you really walk through your relationship with and I don't know, so some people might frown their face up, but when you really walk through your relationship with the really God foundation, right? The Bible says what happens in your relationship, right? Is what your, not what society says, right? Is what work, like you just said, Jane, what works for you and him, okay? So you have to have that clear understanding. But the problem is we want to live so bad for society and not for what works for us.
Society has infiltrated our culture.
Definitely
has completely infiltrated the culture. That's what I said when cousin was saying what he was saying about our hair situation. Society thinks that Black women are two extremes when we're really not. We either ghetto and hood ratchet, or we poor and in the hood, right? We're not that. We're really this. We're highly educated. This, and this, nurturing, willing to help make the man that we're with, that this, that, and the third, the relationship that we're in. But society displays us as these two things. So when you bump into someone such as a Jay, such as an Ash, y'all think we unicorns. Maybe we not. We're really what it really is.
Right. I got you.
Okay, hold on. Press pause. Ken said, I'm calling Ken, what we call him?
I always call him Ken. You know what I'm saying? He said that was two separate sisters saying the same thing at different points of the podcast. All jokes aside, I see this as a reality, even though I don't relate to the sentiment. Okay. All right. Okay. So
also did the research. Method Man made that statement February 2020, 11. His statement was, no, he don't like peasy afros. Sorry, I don't like dreads either. So this was like, I guess someone was interviewing him and he didn't really want to take the interview because shortly, I guess she had her hair natural. It doesn't show me a video. It's just only this little comment.
Okay. Well, of course, men are not a monolith, just as women are not a monolith either. So just as well as I tell you guys, or I suggest to you guys that men are, we like the women that don't have all the makeup and don't have the wigs and stuff on. You may have that set of men that do like the more Eurocentric type look, I guess. So yeah, you're gonna have that.
Let me just say this really fast. Let me not fake, because I will put on an accessory when I feel like it. So you know, this, you
Right,
ain't
right.
always getting this. Just to put that out there.
Right. I got you. And I mean, going back to this red pill community thing, and we just discussed the 50-50 thing. The other thing that you see is, cause you were talking about. Okay, hold on. It says Roy
Thank you,
Taylor.
Boo.
Who was it?
That's
The
my
lady
friend.
with the glasses is really smart. I mean, dumb, man.
Yes.
I'll be picking up her head, Joe. I'll be picking up her head.
Yes.
No, she definitely is. She definitely is. But like I said, one other thing about this,
we have back and forth.
but yeah, one thing about this red pill community, another thing is and cousin and I was talking about this the other day. She said that men were intimidated by women's education. I can agree, and I can also disagree with that at the same time. So
What you think, Jay?
I don't think it's. Yeah, let's
go ahead.
say, okay. You want me to finish? Okay. All right. So what I see is, I don't think the men are intimidated by the education. I think that the men are intimidated by the salary the education gets them. Because a man that is uneducated or doesn't have an education, I would say that your peak is going to be somewhere around 80, 90K. That's going to be a peak for you. And that's going to be
And
a lot of overtime.
Tell me that scenario again. The woman with
The woman with the education.
with the
Like
education.
I said,
Okay.
with the education, you're gonna peak, or we'll say a peak faster to a higher salary,
Okay.
and possibly above the 100 or the 6-figure mark, right? That's where you should peak. Either you're gonna have a higher salary, or you're gonna have, like I said, you're gonna be in the 6-figure range. And for the men who are uneducated, which is for the most part, it's way more uneducated men than educated women. You know what I'm saying? Our salaries are going to be
College-educated.
right. We'll say I like that too. We'll say formally educated. So men who are not formally educated, our salaries will be lower, or sometimes will be lower than the woman who is educated. So it's not necessarily the education that is the intimidation factor. It is the salary in which that education can provide. That is where I think, in my personal opinion, where the intimidation is. I don't want my woman making more money than me, because if my woman makes more money than me, then I can't lead.
So that's threatening to a man. It can be threatening to a man.
Definitely, because everybody will agree with the statement I'm about to make it. And the person with the least resources cannot make the rules. Okay.
I cannot agree with you on that.
Okay.
Rules.
Right. The person with the less resources, the person with the least resources cannot make the rules.
I'm gonna send you this link, right? My friend that passed away in April. This is the last thing I sent to him, and we talked about it just before he passed away. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll look it up and send it to you later. But it's a great story about this, right? But I can tell you this, I can't agree with you on that, right? Because once again, you married.
Hey, look, Jay, they've been going at it all night about this sassy stuff. So
You being sassy.
I made comment about him being sassy, honey, and Kim been riding that sassy comment to the ground.
Me and Ken go ahead to talk afterwards, cause sis, you already know. Sis thinks she the boss of me. Younger sis thinks she the boss of me. Okay, back to what you were saying now.
So listen, but what I'm saying to you is this, right? I can't agree with you on that, because once again, going back to what I just said, if it's you and I, right? If it's you and I, why are you intimidated by the fact that I make more than you, right? Why do you feel like you can't lead me because I make more than you financially? That has nothing to do with it. The financial piece says that I make more than you, but realistically speaking, I am still going to follow your covenant. Your covenant is what I do, right? Is where I go, is where you are the leader. My income has nothing to do with it. It just brings an extra added factor to our pot. You are the covenant of this relationship. So don't ever think just because you make $10, $30, $50 less than what I do, that you can't lead me. No, baby. As long as you know where you're leading, then I'm going to follow. And when I follow, that extra that I'm bringing comes along with it. It's just the added advantage. That's it. It's just the added advantage.
Okay. So
everything that I have, we have. Everything that you have, we have. We are one. It's not, oh, she made more than me, so now I can't lead. No, baby, you still lead. And who told you to discuss that I make more than you?
Okay. Now I want you to check this out, right? I want you guys to check this out. You and Jay, check this out for me, because I just brought this up. This is what the red pill community is looking at when they say things like that. Listen to the response.
If a man came along, y'all both make $500K a year. He's making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangible. Does he get a chance?
I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Wow.
Let me tell you why.
No, I have a problem with this doctor. So
to a certain point, I am disciplined in everything. I'm disciplined in relationship with God, in my emotions, in my mentality, in my energy, in my body, and how I eat. I am very disciplined. And so I would expect that a man is the same thing, because when you're disciplined, whatever you do the most is what compounds in your life. Why would I not give a shot to a person that makes $70,000 a year? I could put you on. Hell, I could even hire you. Come on, let's work together. We could do all of that. But as far as my man, because this is the thing, I refuse to give into a life where I start to feel like I can't have it all.
That's where the insatiableness and the.
All right. So what do you guys say about that?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, right, Roy, that's exactly how I feel. The person who fights the burglar is the person who leaves the house. Exactly. It has nothing to do with the income. Now, in reference to that message right there, is she married or is she single? Do we know?
She's single.
Single.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't listen to anything she has to say. It's the red
Because I
pill
used to
community.
watch her. I forget what show she was on. I used to watch her, and like I was like, "What is she talking about?"
Her day in my life. Right, and this is the thing. She's the female version of what was the man? What's the man? God rest his soul.
Yeah,
Kevin Samuels.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. Again, that's that limited childish mentality, right? Because if I make 500,000 and you make 70,000, guess what we make to fuck together? What the fuck we make? Almost 600,000.
Yes,
that's what the fuck we make.
Right.
So tell me why would I? No, boo, come on, let's go. Matter of fact, and I'm pretty sure because you made this right here, right?
Right.
And I made whatever I made. That 70,000 takes something off the plate. Even if you don't do nothing but pay for our goddamn trips every goddamn year. Boo, let's go. Because guess what? I already was living before I met you, right? Like that's just like me right here, right now. If I meet anybody and I'm in this house, boo, I have my house, right? I have a house. Now, if you feel like you don't want to live in this house, then we're gonna rent out this house. But what we're not gonna do is sell this house, okay?
Right.
But I have a house. I have a house that I own, that I have a plan to pay off in 20 years. I have a house. So one thing you ain't got to worry about is where the fuck you gonna live, right? So all you're gonna do now is figure out where you get in for the next part, because we got somewhere to live.
Absolutely. I mean, and if you listen to what she said, yeah, I could put him on, I could hire him, you know what I'm saying? I could do all of those things and really bring him up to my standard. But why, as my man, why would I do that? So the thing is, she's telling you,
why would you not? Why would you not?
But see,
that's the problem with, and this goes back to, and I assume because she looked like she black, so I'm gonna assume she's
black.
Right?
Yeah, she black. Yeah, she black.
Okay, that's the problem with black people right here, right now, right? Just like the Asian community. I don't know. I think I was telling Rory about it. Like the Asian community, they all come together and live in one house.
Yep.
They pay their whole house off.
Yep.
And then the next person goes and gets the house, and they all go. The next set of people move to that house, right? They pay that house off. That's how they build their community. That's how they build for. We the only people that live. I live next door. You live next door. You live next door. And we all got 5 bedrooms, right?
Right.
People look at me crazy when I say my mama live with me. Your mama live with you. Yeah, my mama live with me. First off, I'm her only goddamn child. That's number one. Where the hell she go? Number 2, why the hell would I let her go live somewhere else? I got to pay for her to live there when she could just live here and I haven't got to put nothing extra. The money she get, we pay for this, and we build that way.
Right. Okay.
You feel me? So that's the problem with our community. We all you and your family love it. Y'all all live right there, right? Babies growing up with each other, the nieces and the cousins, they gonna grow up like their sisters, right? It is what it is. We all live in this one house, and we all make it the best of it. Guess what? When you look at your savings, you're not house poor.
No.
Shorty like that, when she making that statement, I could put him on, but why? That's the problem. That's your problem. And you're gonna, when you keep that mentality, you're gonna remain single for the rest of your life, because you have that mentality that because I make 500,000, I can't date nobody else that make 500,000. Baby, he might not make 500,000, but he might love you properly. He's going to love you properly. So
these are some things. Go ahead, sis.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, these are some things we have to overcome as a community. You were saying about how the Asians, they look out for families, and then, that next family member goes out and supports some more family. And this is how they grow their wealth and everything like that. Well, obviously, they've not been through the same experience that we have. So while I'm not making an excuse, I always do try to provide a reason. That is a reason why things are the way they are. But we do have to overcome that. When it comes to these two relationships, I see two things. I see the man was, from what I understand, was taught to be a provider. And I've seen when a man is unable to provide, that does something to his confidence.
Absolutely.
So that's one side.
So Jay, let me ask you this question, right? Let me ask you this question. When you say that, though, what definition is provide? Because just because you feel like when you say when a man is unable to provide, are we only talking about he's unable to provide financially? Because guess what? I need you to provide for more to me besides just financially.
See, we're talking about the man and how he feels and how he perceives. So only him right now. So there's that one dynamic over here.
He's only providing financially. So he feels that his only dynamic the definition of providing in the male, what it sounds like, right? In the male's mind, cousin, you tell me if I'm right, is providing financially.
Correct.
Because realistically speaking, for me as a real female, baby, I need you to provide to me way more than just financially. Boo, you could be unemployed and I'm still gonna need you. Right? And I'm sorry, Jay, you was getting ready to say something else.
No, you're fine.
Give my example.
No, I want Jada. Let's have Jay finish what she was saying too, though.
Yeah.
So you got that male on this side of things or whatever, and then let's take this female that we just entertained. I forget what her name is, and she's actually a doctor, believe it or not. So then you've got somebody who, they came out the mud, they worked hard, they educated themselves, and they're proud of what they've been able to accomplish. And maybe they haven't found the desirable relationship in their life. So they're going to focus more on what they've been able to overcome and what they have. So now you got her coming into the situation with an ego. And then he's coming into the situation with a different type of ego, but it's still ego because he believes that he's supposed to be the provider. So now you got this conflict. So you've got this woman who maybe is even talking down to the man to make him feel less than because of what he is unable to provide. But that's only because she's had to use that to lift herself up. So that's an outlier. It's not necessarily the norm for women. But what has to happen is people, if you want to be in a relationship, you got to ditch the ego, because what works for us, it's not about what I have and I'm this, that, and the other. No, if we are going to do this, like we just have to compliment one another. And I'm not going to make you feel bad because you don't have as much as I do, be it financial, whatever. So you have to have two responsible individuals coming into a relationship. And I feel a lot of times, I'm going to tell me the men's side, but I feel on the women's side, a lot of times and you see this this online a whole lot. The woman is like, you know, boosting her career, talking about her career and all that she's accomplished, this, that, and other. She doesn't need a man. I'm independent woman. Well, I don't feel like she was born that way. I feel like that came out of a source of pain.
That's the hurt. That's the guard. That's the guard that you put up.
Yep. And so you've got that person.
She could have been raised, or she could have been raised that way. Because
she could have been raised that way. So it comes down to the individual, but we get categorized like women are like this. Women, you know, you got these independent women. And again, I'm looking on social, so I see this on social. So I'm not gonna pay that too much attention no more. This, you know, right? And
I just taught you
what is it? What's called? What is it?
Doom scrolling. So like I said, if you notice in your phone that everything that's coming across your feed is nothing but negativity, stop the feed and reverse it. Find something positive, watch the whole clip, change it out.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm so thankful to know, because after you just told me, I'm so thankful to know that as positive as I think I am, I'm right, because all I get is positivity to come through my stuff.
There you go. Absolutely. But yeah, but men and women, there is that disconnect because, like you say, like both of you do say, you know, men. Oh yeah. So we're about to cut this short because my wife's about to go to sleep and I got to stop talking so loud. But like I said, when it comes to us, and you guys are correct, when it comes to providing, I would say that financially, if we're not doing that and we're not bringing some type of money into the house, paying for groceries, bills, things like that, then yes, we feel less of or less significant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of abusive relationships come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because a man that if you look at abuse and how that happens, you know, and you listen to a woman's story, it usually always ends up being some woman telling a story about a man lost his job or a man that he was down on his luck. You know what I'm saying? And that's a reality. Unfortunately, it is a reality, and I hate it.
But I'm gonna say it again, right? So, and that's what. So this again, the problem, and this is just me. And again, I'm sorry, y'all. That's not your word. The problem is that oftentimes we don't have God as the first focus of the relationship, right? Because the Bible doesn't say that the man has to provide financially. That's not what the Bible says.
That's society.
That's society, right? And so the thing is, the problem is that, like you just said, like y'all just said, the problem is that men feel like if you can't provide financially, you're not providing, and then
it eats away at y'all, right? Like that,
right? But this is the thing. There's so much more to being in a successful relationship besides just providing for me financially. And this is what I was getting ready to say. When my dad, who I thought was my dad, passed away in 2024. The dude that I was chilling with, cool with, or whatever, right? He couldn't provide financially. He didn't have it, right? Just didn't have it. But and at this moment we wasn't even dating each other. But he offered me a space to where I can just go and be vulnerable in his space, right? Fast forward to the same year, somebody else that's a whole millionaire invited me to Africa. Okay. And I declined to go to Africa because I told the person, baby, you don't make me feel safe in your space. I don't care about how much money you have. In your space, I can't be vulnerable and be safe in your space. So in 2024,
we gotta feel safe.
Gotta feel safe. I went from my dad dying to my mom having stage 4 cancer. And I needed to feel safe in your space to be able to be at night while we was in Africa. Be vulnerable enough to allow myself to be vulnerable enough in your space to say, these are the things that I'm dealing with. But you didn't offer me that. So you couldn't lead me nowhere. You couldn't lead. I don't care about your money. You couldn't lead me anywhere because I didn't feel safe in your space. And that's the same thing. That has nothing. That's not a financial nothing, right? Baby, you can be working at Chick-fil-A flipping burgers, right? As long as you make us feel safe in your space and can lead us completely, that Chick-fil-A flipping chicken sandwiches doing is gonna be what it's gonna be. Are we okay with that? So oftentimes people like Jay and myself, we're single because we don't have that male that's stopping past and willing to step up and say this, that, and the third, because maybe they feel like they don't make enough money. Maybe we're not looking for your coins. We got our own little bit of coins, and our little bit of coins and your little bit of coins can make a lot of bit of coins.
Okay.
I think we should explore that safe word on a future podcast.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Jay, I was going to make that suggestion because I dig your energy. And it's a great energy.
It's my girl.
Yeah.
This my baby.
Yeah.
Right here,
and I already knew I was going to like her because it's your friend. So I already know how you are. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I could dig her energy. So the thing is, like, I want you to come on more podcasts. And what I'll do for the next podcast is I'll invite possibly, 2 other men on here. And we'll have this dialogue.
Because Kenneth got a lot to talk about. Who is this David? Why did they put those faces like that?
I don't know what that means. Right, we get off anyway. So, but anyway, for all those who have joined today, from me, Cavi, from Danielle, my cousin, and Jay, we definitely liked you guys coming in here and engaging with us. We had some laughs tonight. We had a great dialogue tonight, and I want you guys to join us when we make these future podcasts. What I will be doing later on down the line is I will be announcing these podcasts early on in the day or early on in the week to tell you when we're going on. And we'll go backstage after this and we'll talk about that, ladies. But we appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful night. Have a blessed night. We love you. Anything you guys want to say before we leave?
Thank y'all. This is my first one. I appreciate it.
Did you guys like the first podcast?
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and go backstage. You guys have a wonderful night. Peace. All right, so.
And sis, I see you in the group chat.
Okay.